anticipate a hard-fought match tonight.
These two schools first played back in 1982, and over the years they have met 18 times. Everett has won 11, and Manton 7. And Manton's last win against Everett came in 2015. Now, the Rangers also went 4-5 last year, and they began this season with a lot of changes that we've been talking about in previous games, and a new head coach. And stepping in to guide the Rangers is Eric Solani. He's been with the program for several years, first as an assistant with Coach Smart, and then from 2013 to 16 working with the middle school, and last season as a varsity assistant. And despite all the changes, the Rangers have started 3-1. They defeated Joburg 29-22 to open the season. Then White Cloud 48-0 in week 2. Then they beat Deal City 28-22, and then dropped a hard-fought game last week to Lake City 21-7. And the Ranger faithful, I'll tell you, JP, they're excited about what they're seeing with this new team.
Absolutely. I think that they like the offense that the team is running, but I think the defensive improvement is a very welcomed aspect for this year. Last year we struggled defensively, and this year we're performing much better on that side of the ball.
You are listening to 107.1 The Drive, which along with area sponsors has stepped up to put Manton Ranger football on the air. And we want to thank those sponsors who have made it possible. They are Lutke Hydraulics and Forest Products, Forest Area Federal Credit Union, Wexford Missaukee Career Tech Center, the Smokehouse on 13th Street in Cadillac, Shepler Well Drilling in Manton, Java and Java 2 of Cadillac, the 308 Pub and Grill in Manton, the Manton Boosters Club, Wilder Heating and Cooling, the Maple Ridge Living Center, Jamie Fellows Garneau City to Shore Real Estate Office in downtown Manton, and Bostic's Drugstore right next door, also in Manton. So please visit these businesses if you can. Thank them for their support, and maybe give them some business as well, because without them, as you know, we would have no Ranger football on the radio. We're going to take just a real quick short time out. Then we're going to come back and talk about key players for tonight and what we can expect to see from the coaches as well. So we'll go back to Aaron in the studio, back here in 60 seconds.
Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Ranger sports teams. And go Rangers!
Knowledge of the business, safety, dependability, and professionalism is what you'll get from Shepler Well Drilling of Manton. Shepler Well Drilling is a proud community supporter and would like to wish the Manton Rangers good luck in this year's sports season.
Bostic's Drugstore in Manton is your locally owned pharmacy. You can count on Mike and his professional staff to take care of all of your prescription needs with a personal hometown touch. You'll get a comprehensive medication review every time you pick up a prescription. Bostic's Drugstore accepts most insurances and administers flu and shingle shots with a prescription. They're also your home for Manton Rangers and locally made Michigan apparel, plus cards, gifts, and toys. Stop into your friendly hometown pharmacy, Bostic's Drugstore on Main Street in Manton. Call 231-824-6465.
Welcome back to Manton High School. Rick Swanson along with Jim Smart, and we are bringing you this Highland Conference varsity football contest between the Rangers of Manton and the Everett Wildcats. As tonight, the Rangers wrap up the home portion of the 2018 season already. As mentioned, Everett comes into the game 1-3 overall, 0-1 in Highland Conference play. And first, we'll take a look at the Wildcats personnel. They do have some key people returning from a year ago, JP.
Absolutely, Swan, and led by senior quarterback Carter Pritchard. He was an honorable mention All-State quarterback last year. He did suffer a knee injury and has worked himself back, worked hard and is back. Watched game tape on him, and he really does a nice job running that quarterback position, both throwing the ball and running the option. Last 3 games, he has thrown over 100 times for 470 yards and 2 touchdowns. Senior running back Billy Conklin and Kyle Stokes have great speed, and they can take it to the house, especially around the corner. And junior tight end Donovan Reagan has a receiving touchdown, as does Conklin. As I look out on the field tonight, a key situation from watching tape: number 9, Hunter Maxwell, and number 14, Kyle Stokes, and number 15, Seth Belleville, are not dressed tonight. Obviously, they're injured, and that's going to certainly their starters, and that's going to certainly have an effect on how Everett prepares for tonight's ball game.
Oh, you bet it would. Now, look at the Rangers. Manton last qualified for the playoffs in 2014. The Rangers did finish last season with a 3-game winning streak as they finished 4-5, as did Everett. There were questions as to who would step into those shoes left by a big graduation class, but we've gotten a good look at the current athletes the first 4 weeks, and they have not disappointed. It's a huge game for the Rangers if they're going to make a push for the playoffs, and it'll be very interesting to see how they bounce back from that first loss last week to a tough Lake City squad. Who should we look for from the Rangers tonight, JP?
They've got a couple of talented players on the offensive side of the ball, led by junior quarterback Jacob Hahn. He's a dual threat. I really like, though, how physical he runs the ball when he tucks it and decides to keep it going. Get down. He's got 3 rushing TDs on the year and over 350 yards rushing. He throws a nice ball, and he's getting more consistent with his touch. And he's passed for over 400 yards and has 3 TDs. Senior running back Nick Dunham really does a nice job. He's got 5 rushing TDs and a receiving TD. He's also returned a kickoff for a touchdown. I really like the way that he is patient in the hole, and he's very deceptive, and he's a tough kid to tackle. Trevor Solani, senior running back, he's got 3 rushing TDs, but Trevor has really stepped up his game this year on both sides of the ball. A physical player, and against Beale City, he had a chance to try to outrun a guy at the goal line or go through him, and he changed direction and went through him, and he lit the kid up, and he was the offensive player. Junior wide receiver Isaac Graydon is a very dynamic player. He's got 2 receiving touchdowns, and Solani is really stepping up and becoming a great leader on the defensive side of the ball.
And we can't forget his punting, but as you mentioned, this win tonight, boy, it's going to be fun going in one direction, but it's going to be tough kicking that football going against that wind.
We have a very windy night, as they do all over northern Michigan, and I was talking to Swan before we went on the air, and it's very interesting to see how the coaches handle the kicking game early on, and which side they choose to defend. Do they want to kick with the wind and try to pin that team down inside the 20 and then have them try to punt into that wind, or whatever? Obviously, if they can put the ball on the ground and get a good drive together, that won't be that big of a factor. But if they stall out early, that could be huge, particularly early in the ball game.
Exactly. Well, we got a good crowd considering the weather. The temp is dropping, as you all know. When I left home tonight, it was 64. By the time I got here to the stadium, it was 57. And it's supposed to continue to drop. But the crowd is here for homecoming and senior night. And hopefully we have a good game coming your way here on 107.1 The Drive. Manton and Everett both looking for their first Highland Conference win of the year tonight. We're going to take one more quick break. We'll be back from the Manton Athletic Complex in just 60 seconds. Stay with us.
Wilder Heating and Cooling is a name you've come to trust when it comes to Amana high-efficiency furnaces, air conditioning systems, and heat pumps. They can provide quality service at a quality price with a 10-year labor and parts warranty and service all makes and models. Financing is available. Contact Wilder Heating and Cooling at 231-645-4822 or online at wilderhvac.net. Wilder Heating and Cooling is a proud local community supporter of the Manton Rangers.
Looking to buy a home or sell yours? Need to upgrade or downsize? Go with experience. Go with Garno. Jamie Fellows Garno of City to Shore Real Estate is your full-time real estate professional with 15 years of experience helping people make their homeownership dreams come true in the greater Cadillac area. Homes are needed now to meet the demand. Want to know what your home is worth in today's real estate market? Talk to Jamie Fellows Garno, serving Wexford, Missaukee, Osceola, and Grand Traverse counties from the new City to Shore branch office in Manton at 113 Main Street.
We are back once again. Rick Swanson along with Jim Smart from Manton High School for this important Highland Conference football contest between the 3-1 Manton Rangers and the 1-3 visiting Wildcats of Everett. It is also homecoming and senior night here in Rangerland this evening. We're just minutes away from the start. So, Smarty, let's take a look at the coaches. Everett is coached by Pat Craven in his 15th year as the head coach at Everett.
Yeah, Coach Craven and I coached together back in the day, so that shows you how long he's been around. His team has struggled to run the ball, and therefore you understand why his team has thrown the ball over 100 times in the last 3 games, which is unheard of. Well, not necessarily up in these parts, they don't necessarily throw that much. They like to run the fullback the last 3 weeks. As I watched tape on them, they run multiple formations. They have an empty set. They run pistol. They've got a trip set. They run a spread. They will go to in the old days, they were primarily a full house or a T team. They go back to that, but they have a multiple array of formations that they're going to be throwing at us. They like to run a lot of jet motion, give the ball on the jet sweep or run an inside trap. They'll throw the option in there as well, but they do like to throw the ball a lot, and they like the short passing game with the screens and the bubble passes out on the perimeter. The number 12 is a really nice quarterback. Pritchard is a very nice quarterback. He's got a nice arm. He's a nice runner, and he'll do a good job for him.
Yeah, with Coach Craven's own admission, he does feel they might be underachieving a little bit in the running game. The quarterback and running backs are good, and in the last 3 losses, they have only scored 1 touchdown in each of those games, and the Rangers got to take advantage of that and not let them have a breakout night tonight.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of that has to do with the people up front. And I think they're struggling on the offensive side of the ball. Watching the McBain game, Pritchard was under a lot of pressure trying to throw the ball. And even when he threw some of the short passes, and McBain's very talented on both sides of the ball on the offensive and defensive line, so that really created some problems for them. But we'll wait and see. I'm sure he's got a good game plan in trying to get rid of that ball quickly tonight, but I think you'll see that they may try to run a little bit tonight, but they're going to be putting the ball up.
Man, Rangers head coach is Eric Solani. He's in his first year as the head coach. And the assistant coaches this year are Tom Skyver, Alex Lutke, and Adam Coleman. Want to mention them. Coach Solani, JP.
Yeah, he's a very knowledgeable football man. He comes from a football family. He really likes this group of kids. They're hardworking, they're coachable, and they are willing to do the little things to make their team successful. That he really appreciates that. They run an up-tempo, no-huddle offense. He tries to get a good balance between run and pass. They will take the shot downfield if it's there, but he also has a number of screens and short passing game that he can go to. Defensively, they are tremendously improved from a year ago. For example, you came up with this stat a little earlier. After 4 games last year, the team had given up 178 points. After 4 games this year, only 51. So that's just tremendous improvement. The defensive backfield has defended the pass fairly well most of the time. They had a little trouble last week against Lake City. They primarily play a 4-3, and they mix in some man and zone coverages. Coach Solani says as long as each player does his job on every play, we'll be just fine.
Yeah, Coach Solani really subscribes to that philosophy. He'd rather have that as a goal than say, well, we have to stop number so-and-so and number so-and-so from the team. Kind of reminds me of John Wooden. When I heard him speak, the legendary UCLA basketball coach, heard him years and years ago, and he said, we don't scout. I don't need to know if somebody likes to take the baseline because we don't give baseline anyway. And Coach Solani gives me that impression. As long as each player does his job every play, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, everybody does their job. That's a nice mantra to have. The other thing I noticed on the McBain tape is that the special teams, Everett had a little struggle, particularly with their punting game. They had a couple snaps that went over the quarterback, and McBain brought a lot of pressure, and so they didn't get off a number of really good punts. So I'm kind of interested to see if we're going to try to bring pressure against them when they have to punt the ball tonight as well.
You are listening to 107.1 WCKC in Cadillac. the home of Manton Ranger football. And we're in Manton tonight as the Rangers host the Everett Wildcats in Highland Conference play. We've got just a couple minutes here before the anthem, so Smarty, let me throw it at you again with a question on the weather. We've had a little bit of rain tonight. The field's going to be a little slippery. Do you think that is more of a disadvantage to the running game or a throwing game when you have a slippery turf?
Well, typically it's the passing game, and both of these teams run out of shotgun. It'll be an important job for the officials tonight to keep that ball dry, and it looks like, it was raining earlier, and then it stopped. It's raining early. If you look out to the west, it looks like it's going to break up, but that could be a hindrance on the passing game. But as long as the officials keep their hands, keep the balls dry, all these kids out there now have these gloves that are supposed to help with the, they can't put the stick-em on back like they did back in the day, but they should be okay from that standpoint. But it's a lot easier just to hand the ball to somebody without having it be slippery than it is to try to catch a slippery ball. But I don't think that's going to be a great factor. I think the wind is going to be a bigger and more interesting aspect of tonight's ball game.
Well, the Manton Marching Band is out on the field. They are ready to go with the national anthem, and at that point we will have the starting lineups. But we're going to break away, and we'll probably come back as the anthem is being presented to the crowd here in Manton. You are listening to 107.1 The Drive, and we'll be right back with the national anthem and the opening kickoff in 60 seconds.
The Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Ranger sports teams. And go Rangers!
As consolidation and mergers keep shuffling bank control from corporate boardroom to faraway corporate boardroom, Forest Area Federal Credit Union hasn't lost sight of why they're in business. You. It's evident in Forest Area's commitment to delivering quality financial services with a personal touch. It shows in their fierce dedication to local causes and missions. Let them show you. Join Forest Area Federal Credit Union with branches in Manton, Kalkaska, Kingsley, and Fife Lake. Learn more at forestarea.com. Insured by the NCUA.
Imagine this: the taste, the smell, the flavor of down-home barbecue at your sauce-covered fingertips. But without all the mess and hassle. Let the Smokehouse excite your taste buds with some of the best barbecue that you can imagine. Try mouth-watering recipes like the pork belly Cuban, the brisket grilled cheese, smoked chicken salad, loaded mac and cheese, and of course, don't forget the Frickles. Check out the Smokehouse at the Truck Stop Food Court at 902 West 13th Street in Cadillac each weekday, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Or call for availability for the Smokehouse to travel and cater your next event. 231-824-3513. That's 231-824-3513.
This is Rick Swanson with Jim Smart from the Manton Athletic Complex, where tonight the Rangers are hosting the visitors from Everett in Week 5 of the 2018 football season. The blue and gold Wildcats and the orange and black Rangers in Highland Conference football action. In other conference games tonight, a couple interesting matchups, JP. We've got Lake City going to Beale City, 4-0 Lake City, 0-4 Beale. But we have Pine River undefeated, and they are at McBain. That's going to be an interesting one.
Both of these ball games, I think, are going to be a lot of fun tonight, and see how the outcome comes. Out Lake City at Beale, it's always tough to play at Beale. I don't care if they're 0-4 or not. They're a decent ball club. And undefeated Pine River, they have some very talented kids on that ball club. I watched game tape of McBain and Everett, and McBain has got some talent on that team as well, particularly up on the offensive and defensive lines. But so the outcome of those games will be fun to see tonight when we watch scores.
Yes, it will. Well, stay with us tonight at halftime, and we will be giving you a recap of the scoring and statistics from the first half as always. We will talk about the first half a little bit, give you results from the JV contest last night, and we'll look ahead to the second half action. In addition, as mentioned earlier, it is homecoming here in Manton, so we will let you know who the king and queen are for 2018 also, which will be announced at halftime. And it's senior night. We'll run down our seniors at halftime as well. And they, of course, are playing in their final home game of their football careers, unless, of course, the Rangers will happen to host a playoff game. But that's getting a little ahead of ourselves, JP.
Absolutely. Although the High School Athletic Association did publish this week a list of the teams and their playoff points for those that are looking like they might be playoff eligible. So it's always kind of fun to look at that and see what the breakdown is and what division different teams would fall in. So.
Oh, yeah, you bet. Well, here we are. We're ready to go. The Rangers are kicking off. They won the toss but deferred to the second half. They are kicking going left to right with the wind. In fact, the wind has knocked the football off the tee right off the bat. It is a strong wind coming from the west here in Manton tonight. So they are kicking with the wind, so obviously going left to right. And there the wind blew it off again. They're going to have teammate keep it steady on the tee. Everett will be receiving, and they're going from right to left here in the first quarter. Rangers in their full black uniforms, trimmed in white, and Everett with their white jerseys, blue pants, and blue lettering on the jerseys. The kick traveled and got past the Everett returner down to the 5-yard line where they just fell on it. So Everett's starting pretty tough field position right off the bat, 1st and 10 from the 5.
Well, and there was a mix-up in the communication between the two deep players. They thought one thought he was going to get it, the other one thought he was going to get it, and it just kind of went by them both. And he just fell on it, and this is exactly the situation Coach Craven did not want to be on, starting on his 5-yard line into the wind.
Into the wind, exactly. So here we go. Everett comes out, and in the shotgun, one setback. Wide receivers right and left, handoff up the middle, and the Ranger defense is there and looks by the spot. No gain on the play whatsoever. It'll be 2nd down 10.
Yeah, led by interior defensive tackle, number 55, Gavin Summers. And Solani was there, Trevor Solani was there to clean it up. So, no gain.
That was Billy Conklin on the carry for the Wildcats. They break out of it again. Spread formation, one setback. From the shotgun, Pritchard. Hands off to Conklin again. But we got the official stopping play on that one. We've got a penalty flag on the far side. I'll check this out for you.
I don't see. There it is.
It is a procedure penalty against Everett. It's going to cost them half the distance. So moving them back to about the 2.5-yard line, 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, they came out in that spread set, and they brought the inside receiver on the left-hand side across in motion, and they basically just ran an off-tackle play with the back that was in the backfield, number 32, Billy Conklin.
Same formation, spread formation. From the shotgun is Pritchard. Almost over his head on the snap, has to keep it himself, and maybe got a yard. But that play was doomed from the start, JP, with that high snap.
Yeah, it kind of threw off all the timing, which that will do. And he just did a nice job to secure the ball.
Yes, he did.
And Gavin Summers was there to make the play. And, you know, back when we taught the shotgun, back in the early 2000s, which was kind of a new concept, we drilled with those quarterbacks. Your first job is to secure the football. And that time, Pritchard did that.
Exactly. Big play for the Manton defense here right off the bat. First possession of the ball game. 3rd and 11 for Everett. From the shotgun. Gives the handoff again to Conklin. And really nowhere to go. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Obviously playing it safe there. They didn't want to put it in the air deep in their own territory. But now they got a punt from there.
Gavin Summers was there again along with Connor McGrew. Did a nice job. Both of them are interior tackles, and they
So, boy, great start here for the Rangers. Everett has to punt into the wind with the ball on their own 8-yard line. Punter standing deep in the end zone. 4th and 12. Here's the snap. It's good. Kick is away, but it's a short one. It hits the ground at about the 25-yard line. Took an Everett roll and rolls out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Manton has good field position for their first possession of the ball game.
And they certainly have a short field. Everything has gone in their way based on the weather and the wind tonight at this point in the ball game. So Everett will come out and run their base defense is a 3-4-4, and they'll walk their defensive ends up.
Just underway here in Manton. 9:22 left to go in the first quarter. Hahn under center, hands off to Dunham, following his right guard, and Nick picked up about 3 yards on that play. We don't see Hahn under center very often, but he was here on the first play of the game.
No, and you certainly saw the Everett defense adjust to it too. They brought it up to a 6-man front, and that's a new wrinkle from the Ranger offense.
Spread formation, now Hahn in the shotgun for second down, hands off to Dunham again, but penalty flags are flying, and they stop the play.
I think you're going to have an illegal procedure on the Rangers, Swan.
Yeah, it's going to cost the Rangers 5. It'll be second down and a long 12. Ball moved back to the 33-yard line.
As they say on the NFL, that's a false start. So,
well,
in
this first quarter with the wind advantage, Manton needs to make something happen here. Hahn back to pass, hits Solani out on the left side, and he brought it in for a short gain. Everett was there with good coverage, but pass completed to Jacob Hahn to Trevor Solani. Picks up about 6 yards.
And you can see that looked like that ball slipped on his hand just a little bit because he kind of sailed to the inside where that ball should have been designed to go to the little bit of the outside.
3rd down and 7. Hahn in the shotgun, dropping way back to pass. Sets up a screen to Dunham on the right. He's got it, but the blockers weren't there, and he's brought down by a couple of the Everett Wildcats defensive people for no gain. They're marking the ball right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 6.
That play just didn't develop like Coach Solani wanted it to. Nick got ahead of the blockers a little bit, and they didn't release and get a pad on somebody.
4th down, they're going for it at this point in the field. Here's Hahn, fake handoff to Dunham, keeps it himself off left tackle. He's got some running room, and he's down to the 20-yard line. It looks like he might have the first down by a couple of feet. We'll see where they mark it.
Well, that's going to be close. But I tell you what, that was a great trap block that time by number 65, Noah Miles. Yeah, they're going to measure for this one.
It is so close. They're going to have a measurement. Gain of about 7 on the play. It is a 4th down play, so this measurement will keep the drive alive, or it's going to turn the ball over.
Yeah, this be a big first down to get. The way they have it spotted, it's going to be really close.
7:32 left to go. Opening quarter here in Manton. No score as the Rangers host the Wildcats in Highland Conference action tonight. And it is good for the first down. About half the football. And the Rangers keep the drive alive. 1st and 10 on the Everett 20-yard line. Have to reposition the sticks on the far side, and then we're going to be ready to go. Ranger offense is ready. Snap to Hahn. Goes deep on the right side. He's got Regneris out there, and he's got it. Up in the air and let Cole go get it, and he did, and he's brought down, knocked out of bounds at about the 1-foot line down in the corner near the end zone.
Yeah, Cole did a really nice job that time, making an adjustment. The ball was a little bit underthrown into the outside. He planted and went back up and got the ball.
1st and goal to go inside the 1 for the Rangers, trying to punch this in on their first drive of the night. Handoff to Dunham. Nice cut up the middle, and he's into the end zone. That's one thing Dunham does also, JP, really well. You alluded to it in the pregame. Makes nice cuts.
Oh, he's very patient, and then when he has that little opening, he just accelerates it just right now. And then there was a perfect example right there.
So 1 yard touchdown run from Nick Dunham here on senior night. So nice start for that senior. And now we're going to have the try for extra point. Lucas McKernan, the freshman, with the kick. And it's through. McKernan with the extra point, and the Rangers lead it 7-0. We're going to take a quick timeout. As they take a timeout on the field, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Can-Am Yellow Tag sales event is cranking at Village Motorsports in Holland. Amazing end-of-model year pricing with savings over $4,000 on select 2018 Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. Looking for a new ATV? Check out the deals at the Village and save over $1,600 on select Outlanders. Like the Outlander 450 starting at only $49.98. Over $2,500 in savings on a 2018 Can-Am Defender. Or if blasting the trails is what turns you on, the Village has a 2018 Can-Am Maverick X3X RS Turbo with savings of over $4,000 below MSRP. Offers end October 31st, 2018. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. See Village Motorsports for details. Extended warranties and fabulous financing, plus the best pricing of the year on 2018 Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. Going on right now at Village Motorsports in Holland. Join Village Motorsports at the 231 Snow Show in Muskegon this weekend. Parts, apparel, accessories, and the best service department on the lakeshore. Village Motorsports in Holland. Get to the Village.
Welcome back to Manton High School. The Rangers have just put the first points of the game on the board, and now the kick to the Wildcats, and simply down by Everett at the 35-yard line, and they will have it 1st and 10 at that point. Well, if you just joined us, Everett took the opening kick, and Manton held them to 3 and out. Everett put together a short punt. Manton had good field position, took it in from 31 yards out for the touchdown. 1-yard run from Nick Dunham. Kick was good, and Manton on top, 7-0. Nice start, JP, for the Rangers.
Absolutely, and I'd like to mention this real quick. The snap on the extra point wasn't real good, and Lane Helsel, the holder, really did a nice job of securing the ball and getting it on the tee.
Here's the snap. Back to pass is Pritchard, and he hits his receiver, number 19, Garrett Johnson, on the left side. But the Rangers were right there, and actually a loss on the play of 3 yards, even though the pass was completed.
Yeah, Jacob Ward did a very nice job reading that and came up quickly and made the play immediately.
Carter Pritchard is the senior quarterback for the Wildcats. Honorable mention All-State last year. So he's got some talent, and he does have some talent around him. Ranger defense, we'll see if they can step it up again. From the shotgun. This time the handoff to Conklin, trying to go off right side. And the Ranger defense is there. Stopped him for really no gain. We'll see where the spot is for sure.
Yeah, he did a really nice job running the ball that time because he was hitting the backfield, and he spun out of that, and he kept the feet churning. And then a name we've called a number of times already tonight, Summers was there and made the play.
Billy Conklin is a big running back for the Wildcats. And with Stokes out, he'll probably get the majority of the carries tonight. But 3rd and about 11 for Everett. Ranger defense can step it up again, force another 3 and out. Spread formation in the shotgun is Pritchard, the quarterback. Here's a snap. And we've got, again, official putting a stop to the action.
Well, they were in their spread formation, and then they shifted out of it to look at an empty look. They took the running back and put him in the slot on the left-hand side of the formation, and I didn't see who jumped, but I don't know if they called that a legal shift or what. It looked fine to me.
Loss of 5 yards nonetheless, so Everett has it 3rd and 16 from their own 30. Here's a snap in the shotgun. Pritchard back to pass. He's got Conklin out on the right side looking for some running room. And Conklin gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, gain of 6. But that's it, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Solani was in on that play, and then it was cleaned up by number 4, Lane Helsel.
So the Ranger defense steps it up again, and they hold Everett to what we anticipate to be a 3 and out. We'll see. And they do come out in the punt formation.
See what kind of pressure the Rangers bring.
Punting into the strong wind here in Manton tonight. Snap is good. Kick is up. Much better kick this time. And Manton takes it at the 40-yard line, their own 40. Kind of snatched it out of the air right in front of the Everett defender, so not much room to run. 2-yard return. Manton will take over 1st and 10.
Hey, that was a very nice kick into that wind. And
It was very good.
McNair secured the ball, but Everett had a kid right there to make a play. So
the Rangers, from their own 43-yard line, have a 1st and 10. They lead it on the scoreboard 7-0 with 4:42 left to go here in the first quarter. Spread formation in the shotgun. Jacob Hahn. Regnerus goes in motion, and the handoff is to Regnerus, trying to get around the left end. And as he ran from side to side, eventually that Everett defense was there. No gain on the play.
yeah, the Everett defense did a very nice job of stringing that out. He ran a little jet motion across the formation, and there was just no place for him to turn it up.
2nd down 10 from the 43, their own 43. Again, spread formation from the shotgun. Nick Dunham, the lone setback. Here's a snap. Gives it to Dunham, coming toward us here in the press box to his right. But he slipped on that wet field trying to make a cut, and going to be dropped for a loss of a couple on the play.
Yeah, that was I don't know. It almost looked like there was a mix-up because it looked like Nick was surprised that he actually got the football, and then he said,
It
"Uh-oh."
looked like Jacob was going to fake the handoff and keep it himself, but then gave it to him. That's what it looked like
Yeah,
to me.
because all of a sudden Nick said, "What am I doing with this thing?"
Hahn from the shotgun, back to pass, looks to his right. Regnerus is out there, but over his head.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right away, over his head, out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah. And Regnerus was hit as the ball was sailing over his head, and I'm sure some of the home faithful here were looking for an interference call, but that ball was thrown out of bounds and was not near to being catchable. So good call by the official.
4th down and 12. Solani in punt formation. He'll have that wind on his back. We could see a nice punt here. He kicks the ball really well without a wind advantage. He's got this wind on his back. Everett returner is back at the 15-yard line. Here's a snap. Snap is good. Kick is blocked. Everett came in on it, and the ball is back at the 15-yard line being scrambled for, and Everett's going to have great field position after the blocked punt.
Boy, number 19, Garrett Johnson for the Wildcats came in virtually untouched, and talk about bringing some pressure. He almost took the ball right off of Trevor's foot.
Yeah, Solani didn't have a chance on that. Exactly right. So ball's at the 15-yard line. Everett with great field position. 1st and 10 from their own 15. Or the Manton 15, I should say. 2 setbacks. One each side of Pritchard in the shotgun. Drops straight back to pass. Looking over the middle. He's got a receiver into the end zone. Is number 21, Donovan Reagan, for the Wildcat touchdown.
Boy, he had 2 kids he could throw to. Number 32 came out of the backfield and ran a little deep flat, and he was wide open. And then, what was the name, Coach?
Reagan.
Reagan came across, and he was wide open on a little drag. Open. Yeah. So he had his choice that time. I think the old Rangers are still in a little shock about the blocked punt and weren't ready to go. That was a nice throw.
They're bringing the tee out on the field, so Everett will be trying a kick also for the extra point to try and tie this thing up at 7 with 3:16 left to go, opening quarter. Snap is good, and the kick is up and no good. Wide to the left, so the Rangers hang on to a slim lead here in the first quarter, 7-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Ranger sports teams. And go Rangers!
Knowledge of the business, safety, dependability, and professionalism is what you'll get from Shepler Well Drilling of Manton. Shepler Well Drilling is a proud community supporter and would like to wish the Manton Rangers good luck in this year's sports season.
Bostic's Drugstore in Manton is your locally owned pharmacy. You can count on Mike and his professional staff to take care of all of your prescription needs with a personal hometown touch. You'll get a comprehensive medication review every time you pick up a prescription. Bostic's Drugstore accepts most insurances and administers flu and shingle shots with a prescription. They're also your home for Manton Rangers and locally made Michigan apparel, plus cards, gifts, and toys. Stop into your friendly hometown pharmacy, Bostic's Drugstore on Main Street in Manton. Call 231-824-6465.
Welcome back to the Manton Athletic Complex. Rick Swanson with Jim Smart. Manton Rangers hosting the Everett Wildcats tonight in Highland Conference action. And Everett has just put their first points up on the board. The kick was no good. Manton leads it 7-6. And the Wildcats are ready to kick off back to the Rangers. Kicking into the wind. It'll be interesting to see if they try and run it along the ground a little bit. Here we go. It is exactly on the ground. Brought in by the Rangers on their own 44-yard line. He didn't even try to put that thing up in the air, JP.
No, that was designed all along, and Trent Glover went down and fell on the ball, but he had to reach out with his right hand, that right paw, and pull it in. And I tell you, you get a sudden change on that. We call it sudden change, and you can drill for that and that type of thing and make these kids become accustomed to it. But that's when there's a big turnover like that.
1st and 10, handoff from Hahn to Nick Dunham. A nice spin move, and Dunham is into Everett territory. Has a gain of about 11 on the play. It's going to be a Ranger first down. Well, he made that himself, Smarty, just on a great spin move.
Yeah, he made a real nice cut as soon as he got the ball, and then as the kid came up to hit him, he spun out of that and picked up 11 yards.
From the shotgun, Hahn again to Dunham off the right side this time. And looks like he picks up a couple yards before the defense brings him down. Come a long 2, be 2nd down and 8.
Now that time, Sebastian Calderon made the tackle. He kind of stood out. I mean, he's number 62 for Everett at the defensive tackle position. He's a good defensive
ball on
lineman.
Everett 43-yard line this time. Handoff to Solani, coming left to right. And Solani's able to pick up about 4 yards before he's brought down inside the 40-yard line at the Everett. Well, they're going to mark it right at the 40. So we'll say on the Everett 40-yard line, it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Rangers.
Yeah, that both teams, thus far, when they've tried to run the ball to the outside, it seems like everything's real slow developing. I don't know if that field's a little slick yet.
Solani again in motion, left to right. Hahn takes it. He comes right on his own. That was a quarterback keep from the start. Ball knocked out of his hand. And looks like Nick Dunham was there to bring it in, recover that fumble. And he did. Still Ranger ball. It's going to bring up 4th down after a loss of 1.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was on Everett's side, but he did did a nice job coming with a club and knocked that ball loose because Hahn was going forward and the ball was behind him. That was a nice defensive play. Heads up by Dunham to get on top of it.
4th and 6 for the Rangers going for it from the Everett 41-yard line. In the shotgun, Hahn's got it, looking for the pass over the middle, and Milky was open, but he simply overthrew him. Caleb didn't have a chance to bring that one in.
No, that was just what we would have called a tight end quick pass where he kind of just faked to Dunham in the backfield and just let her fly, and he just overthrew him because he was open.
So that's going to turn the ball over on downs, and Everett will take over on their own 41-yard line. 1:23 left to go in the opening quarter here in Manton tonight. 7-6. Manton on top of Everett. Each have been in the end zone once, but the difference is the extra point kick from Manton, which was good. From the shotgun, Pritchard takes a snap, fakes his handoff to Conklin, but then comes back to him on a screen pass, and he was open. He's still on his feet, out to midfield. Ball did get away from him, but saying he was down first, right at the 50-yard line. Not quite the first down. It'll be 2nd down and 1 after a 9-yard pickup on the screen pass.
Yeah, he tried to reach for a little extra yard. When the ball hit the ground, it popped out. That was a really neat play because that time Pritchard had a chance to go with a little screen to the right or a screen to the left, and he chose to go to the left. And boy, I tell you, Conklin, he's a load. He's a big kid with a low center of gravity.
Conklin and Odell both in the backfield with Pritchard. Back to pass, straight drop, no pressure. Now he has to scramble to his right, and he drops it off to Odell. And Odell is good for first down yardage, but boy, penalty flags come in from all over at the end of that one.
Well, that was pretty obvious one. They had a black and a black right at the point of attack there. Jacob Moore was in position to make the play, and he was coming up, and the Everett player came and just pushed him right in the middle of the back. So that was a pretty easy call by the
They're going to
official.
mark it off from the Everett 48-yard line. 10-yard penalty puts it back inside their own 40, and it'll be second down and 12 following the Everett penalty. Well, they've thrown the ball so many times here in the last 3 weeks, has Everett. Looks like they're starting to put it in the air a little bit more now.
Yeah. And I think the conditions, other than the wind, have subsided a bit, and it's drying up out there a little bit. And so I think we'll see her in the air.
Pritchard takes the snap, handoff right up the middle to Odell this time, and picks up about 3 before the Rangers bring him down. It'll be third and about 8.
Renfer and Milky that time on the tackle.
And that's the end of the first quarter here in Manton. Our first quarter score, the Manton Rangers 7, the Everett Wildcats 6. We'll take a quick timeout, go back to the studio with Haley, back here in 30 seconds.
Wilder Heating and Cooling is a name you've come to trust when it comes to Amana high-efficiency furnaces, air conditioning systems, and heat pumps. They can provide quality service at a quality price with a 10-year labor and parts warranty and service all makes and models. Financing is available. Contact Wilder Heating and Cooling at 231-645-4822 or online at wilderhvac.net. Wilder Heating and Cooling is a proud local community supporter of the Manton Rangers.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Manton Athletic Complex Highland Conference football action as the Manton Rangers host the Everett Wildcats. I'm Rick Swanson. With me tonight is Jim Smart. And Smarty, very entertaining game so far. 7-6, Manton on top as we start the second quarter.
Absolutely, and I'm very curious as to see how Everett, if they start taking a couple shots down the field now that they have the wind behind them. The Rangers have not put a lot of pressure on Pritchard, but he's been running a short passing game, a lot of screens, a lot of outs, and that type of thing. So we'll see if he takes advantage of the wind here.
3rd and 8 from the shotgun. Pritchard straight back to pass, looking over the middle, nowhere to go. Rangers closing in on him. They bring him back to the 40-yard line for a loss of about 3, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Big defensive play.
Absolutely, and credit the defensive backs that time because they shifted to an empty set, so they had 5 receivers, and Pritchard actually had some time to throw, and that's what they classically would call a coverage sack because
exactly. Had the time, but nobody to throw to. 4th down 11 for the Wildcats. This time they will be punting with the wind. As they go left to right, they'll have the wind here in the second quarter. Rangers going from right to left, of course. Here's a snap. Low, has to bring it off the ground, gets it away, and boy, gets an Everett bounce, and it's still running. Inside the 5-yard line, and the Wildcats down it there. Manton will have the whole field to go. First down inside their own 5.
Boy, the punter did a nice job handling a bad snap, and he just kind of side-kicked it down there, and it's got a heck of a roll for the Wildcats, and we're inside the 5-yard line. We got 95 yards plus to go for a touchdown into the wind.
Yeah, that punt just ran, just end over end, probably 30 of those yards on the ground. But here we go, 1st and 10 for the Rangers. They lead at 7-6. Just nicely underway here in the second quarter. Hans handoff off a right tackle. And I believe that was Dunham, Nick Dunham, number 22, again, the ball carrier. And he got about 3 on the first down play. Bring up second down 7.
Inside the 5, Swan, what the Rangers have come out is Hahn's under center, and they're running an I formation with Grover running the fullback.
Here's a snap, back to pass. Hahn trying to hit Regnerus out on the left-hand side, but threw it a little bit behind him. Pass could have been completed. He was open enough, but just couldn't make the connection.
Almost looked like there's a little mix-up. I think that Hahn thought he was going to run just straight down the field, and Regnerus ran kind of like a quick slant. So
third down 7, again, I formation, under center's Hahn. Pitch to Dunham, trying to go around right end, and he's got some running room, but the Everett defense closes in quick. He did pick up about 3 on the play, but it's still going to leave the Rangers with a 4th down.
And now the Rangers are going to be kicking into the wind deep in their own territory. So, and the last time we punted, they blocked it. So we better make sure we step down inside and seal your inside, and that second line of blockers better make sure they seal that up as well, too. So
4th and 4, punter Trevor Sloney standing in the Ranger end zone to punt this one away. Wildcats could come away with some good field position. He's got the snap. Kick is very high, not very deep, and takes an Everett bounce, and Everett's going to have it on the Ranger 20-yard line. Again, the wind played a factor. High punt, no return. Everett 1st and 10.
yeah, that was extremely high. It almost looked like my tee shot, Swan. I hit it so high in the air. It didn't go very far, but yeah, that was probably a 15-yard punt. I'll tell you what, Regnerus did a great job. He kind of located the ball in the air and hustled back in case that ball did bounce backwards, and he knocked it down right there, or else that might have.
It would have gone further. You're right.
So, heads-up play by Regnerus.
Officials switching the football might be one of those cases where they're trying to keep it a little bit dry. But Everett has it 1st and 10 on the Ranger 21-yard line. Everybody tight. Full house backfield. Handoff. Trying to get a number there. Handoff was to number 19, Garrett Johnson. And the Ranger defense stepped up big there, Smarty. No gain.
Yeah, Jake Renfrew was right there to make the play, and Solani was making sure that he wouldn't bust out of that. Yeah, the Wildcats came out in their full house or their T backfield that time. Certainly didn't catch the Rangers off guard that time.
Now from having full house and 2 tight ends, they go spread formation in the shotgun. 1 setback is Conklin. Back to pass is Pritchard, sets up a screen to Conklin. He's got it, and he breaks away, and he's down inside the 5 before the Rangers finally bring him down. That's going to be good for Everett 1st down. They'll have it 1st and goal.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play. They look like they're going to throw deep, and Conklin just kind of slid. It was a middle screen, just kind of slid in behind the offensive line, and they released down and picked up a positive yardage.
17 yards on the pass play for Everett. They have it 1st and goal to go from the Manton 5-yard line. Split out 1 receiver wide to the left, 1 wide to the right, 1 setback. Pritchard from the shotgun. Snap, hands off to Conklin, going to his right, cuts it upfield, and he's into the end zone from 5 yards out for the Everett touchdown.
That was an interesting formation that time, Swan. They had a split end and a flanker, and then they stacked Johnson behind the tight end, and they just ran the ball right there. So it was almost like it was a unbalanced type of formation, but truly wasn't, because they didn't have an extra offensive lineman, but they did have an extra blocker right at the point of attack.
8:25 left to go in the second quarter, and Everett gets their first lead of the night. And now they're lining up to go for 2. Pritchard in the shotgun. Same formation as the touchdown play. Over the middle, receivers open, and the two-point conversion is good. Pass to Donovan Reagan, who had their touchdown pass earlier in the first quarter. So the two-point conversion puts Everett up now 14-7 with 8:25 left to go in the second quarter. We'll go back to the studio for a quick timeout. Back in 30 seconds.
Looking to buy a home or sell yours? Need to upgrade or downsize? Go with experience. Go with Garno. Jamie Fellows Garno of City to Shore Real Estate is your full-time real estate professional with 15 years of experience helping people make their homeownership dreams come true in the greater Cadillac area. Homes are needed now to meet the demand. Want to know what your home is worth in today's real estate market? Talk to Jamie Fellows Garno, serving Wexford, Missaukee, Osceola, and Grand Traverse counties from the new City to Shore branch office in Manton at 113 Main Street.
Welcome back to Manton Ranger football on 107.1 The Drive. Rick Swanson with Jim Smart. And we've got the Rangers tonight hosting the Everett Wildcats. Everett has just put their second score on the board. Two-point conversion good. And Everett leads Manton 14-7 as they prepare to kick off. Again, wind on their back here in the second quarter as the Wildcats go from left to right. Back to receive the kickoff, Dunham and Radin. For the Rangers, they are at about the 18-yard line. Here's the kick. Kicked well to the left and does go out of bounds. Looks like he purposely kicked that way, JP. I'm not sure why, but it went out of bounds, which will give Rangers decent field position.
Well, there's a philosophy with some special team coaches that you kick the ball to an open spot, and that's an open spot, and the ball just did trickle out of bounds, but just trickled out.
Well, you're right. It almost stayed inbounds.
And if he stays in
that's
bounds,
a live ball.
That's a live ball, and we got to hustle over and get on it, or, they can come down and jump on it. So I think that was by design that he's kicking it to an open area.
So the Rangers have it 1st and 10 from their own 35. Hans handoff to Trevor Solani, trying to make something happen off right tackle. But Wildcat defense is there. Might have picked up one, but short gain for Solani. It'll be 2nd and long for the Rangers. Rangers need to put a drive together here.
Absolutely, and we need to start getting a little bit of better push up front. Everett's got a couple bigger kids inside.
Spread formation, Jacob Hahn in the shotgun. Trevor Solani, the lone setback to his left. Here's a snap. Hahn keeps it himself right up the center of the line, out to the 40-yard line. So it will be 3rd down and 5. He was keeping that one on his own right from the get-go.
Yeah, that was designed quarterback lead play. Had a lead blocker leading through the hole. Just tucking it and going.
3rd down and 5. Rangers need this. Keep the drive going. From the shotgun, Hahn's got it. And we've got stoppage of play.
We got a legal procedure on the Rangers on the right-hand side there.
Yeah, it's going to give them now a 3rd and 10 after a walk-off of 5 yards, which obviously makes the 3rd down conversion much more difficult. 7:21 left to go, second quarter here in Manton. Everett leads it 14-7 over the Rangers. 3rd and 10, spread formation from the shotgun. Hahn's got it. Coming to his left. Pitches to Solani in the option. He's got some running room. Solani out near midfield, but he's going to have enough for the Ranger 1st down. Trevor running hard like we've seen him do so many times. He just puts the shoulders down and will barrel over people.
Yeah, that was an option play they've had some success with, and one of the reasons they had success with great stalk blocking here on the left-hand side by McKernan and by Radin. Great stalk blocks that time.
1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Hahn handoff to Solani. Quick opener up the middle, but not much running room. A gain of 1 to the 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, 9. But the Rangers got the good first down. Now they just need to keep this drive going a little bit. Keep that ball away from Everett. 2nd down, 9, as they are just a yard shy of midfield. Radin in motion, gets the handoff, trying to get around the right side, tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Again, running side to side and just could never cut it up for some running room.
Yeah, number 6 that time for the Wildcats. Sahoki did a great job getting a penetration and kind of tripped Radin up.
And as they tripped him up, his knee came down, actually a loss of 2. Be 3rd down, 11. From the shotgun, spread formation, Hahn back to pass. Looks to his left, intended for Isaac Radin, and falls incomplete, but we've got a penalty flag.
And I was kind of watching the route, but there's usually a penalty there is either holding or it's roughing the quarterback. So it's thrown by the referee. So we'll wait and see what we got.
Yeah, right back at the 40-yard line is the penalty flag where Hahn was when he let go that pass. We'll let the officials sort it out.
Yeah, the man kids are clapping, so.
Everett's walking back. It is personal foul, roughing the passer. So big penalty against Everett. So that would have brought up a 4th down for the Rangers, but now they have a 1st down in Everett territory at the Everett 39.
That's a huge play, especially when we can pop it in the end zone here eventually.
Hahn in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Solani, keeps it himself, almost lost the ball, trying to get around the left end, makes a cut up at the sideline, and able to make positive yardage after he was able to make the cut. But a lot of side-to-side running again. Going to give him a gain of 6 after they mark it. Be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, that was a delayed quarterback counter. And actually, Jacob did a really nice job making a cut and planting the outside foot and turning it up, pick up a couple extra yards.
Biggest drive tonight for the Rangers so far as the number of plays in the drive. Hahn takes a snap, hands off right at the middle of Solani. Good positive yardage inside the Everett 30-yard line at the 28. And that should be another 1st down. We'll get the signal, and it is. Another Ranger 1st down. They continue to move the sticks, and they are ready to get the ball hiked, but they have to wait until the sticks are in place. Here's Hahn in the shotgun. Hands off to Solani. And this time, no place to go as he's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Tried to get off right tackle, and Everett strung it out a little bit further to the right. No gain.
That's exactly it, Swan. Trevor put the shoulder down and banged off the first defender, and then here come 2 more to clean it up. So no place to go.
Loss of 1 after the spot. 2nd down, 11. Hahn with the snap. Option again to Solani. Coming to the left, coming toward us. Inside the 25. Finally brought down at about the 21 by the Everett defense. Again, good yardage on the option play. Solani a little slow getting up. Looks like he's going to have to come off. He's on his back now in a little bit of agony. He did pick up about 7 on that play. So the Rangers are going to have a 3rd and 4. But there's a timeout on the field with 4:54 left to go. Trevor Solani over here on the sideline, right at the Ranger bench. And we'll see his reaction here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he just had the wind knocked out of him or if he turned an ankle. He looks like he's going to be okay. Looks like it's an ankle maybe.
Yeah, he's hobbling a little bit, but he's up, walking off the field under his own power. So we're going to get things going here once again. 3rd and 4. Rangers have put together a couple 1st downs on this drive. They are in 4-down territory. They got a couple chances to make their 4 yards, keep the drive alive, maybe try and tie this thing up. 14-7, Everett on top. Clock running, 4:38 left to go here in the 1st half. Stay with us. We got a lot of info coming your way at halftime tonight. Hahn from the shotgun takes a snap, fakes a handoff to Dunham, keeps it himself off left tackle, got running room, and he's going to take it to the house. Jacob Hahn into the end zone from 22 yards out. Nice cut from Hahn, and that brings the Rangers within 1.
That was a very explosive play by Hahn. Once he got into the hole, he exploded through the hole. We had a couple of nice downfield blocks that time by McKernan and Rigneris. Nice job by those boys out front.
14-13, and this time the Rangers are going to go for 2, try and get that lead back. Hahn is under center, I formation. Radin goes in motion. The pitch out to Dunham, and Everett smelled that one out. Dunham didn't have a chance. He tried to get out around the left end. Now he comes up hobbled as he comes off the field. But the Rangers have pulled within 1. Everett 14, Manton 13 on the 22-yard run from Jacob Hahn. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout back in 30 seconds.
Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Ranger sports teams. And go Rangers!
As consolidation and mergers keep shuffling bank control from corporate boardroom to faraway corporate boardroom, Forest Area Federal Credit Union hasn't lost sight of why they're in business. You. It's evident in Forest Area's commitment to delivering quality financial services with a personal touch. It shows in their fierce dedication to local causes and missions. Let them show you. Join Forest Area Federal Credit Union with branches in Manton, Kalkaska, Kingsley, and Fife Lake. Learn more at forestarea.com. Insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to Manton Ranger football. Rick Swanson with Jim Smart. Rangers have just put a touchdown on the board with 4:21 left to go in the second quarter to bring it within 1. Everett leads at 14-13. Rangers ready to kick off. Again, seems like almost every kickoff tonight, the wind has blown the football off the tee, so we will have it held by a teammate once again. This time kicking into the wind will be the Rangers. See if they keep it along the ground. It's a low kick taken at the 30-yard line. 35. Out to the 40 is the return man for Everett. That is number 4, Justin Odell. And Everett will have it. 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, initial contact that time was by Cordy Poindexter. Did a nice job on the special teams play.
Final 4:16 of the second quarter, and we need to see the Rangers defense step up, keep Everett out of the scoreboard, or keep off the scoreboard again here before the end of the first half.
Yeah, Solani's back on the field in his middle linebacker position. That's good to see.
From the shotgun, Pritchard back to pass, drops straight back. Looking now, rolling to his left after he's got a little pursuit from the Rangers. Looking deep and just over the outstretched hands of number 21, Donovan Reagan, who already has a touchdown pass tonight. He was there, just couldn't bring it in. It's a high pass, got through his hands. It'll be 2nd down 10.
Yeah, that was a very tough throw for Pritchard that time. He was rolling out to his left. He did do a nice job of setting his feet and did put a little juice on it, but just fell incomplete.
2nd down 10 from their own 40. Wildcats, spread formation. Open backfield, nobody back there along with Pritchard. Conklin is out here, split wide to the right. Now Conklin goes in motion, and handoff given to Conklin, and Manton meets him right there at the 35-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, Caleb Milkey was in the backfield, and they kind of hit, or met, I should say, as he got the handoff and pretty much went right down. And Trent Glover was right there to assist on that tackle, so that didn't fool anybody that time.
3rd down and 15. Big play here for the Rangers. They could get the ball back. Little shuffling being done in the Everett lineup. Pritchard in the shotgun. Conklin out wide to the right again, as he went in motion last time, and here he goes in motion again to his left. Fake the handoff this time. Pritchard back to throw, rolling to his right, being pursued, and simply throws it out of bounds. Nobody to go to. Again, good coverage, JP, downfield.
And that time, Jake Renfer shed his blocker and put some nice pressure on him that time. So, but nice work by our defensive backfield and linebackers. I noticed that Solani's back on the sideline. I don't know. He may not be on the punt return team. So
the Ranger defense causing a 3 and out. Wildcats in punt formation, 3:12 left to go, first half. Regnerus, number 5, back to take the punt at the 25-yard line. Here's a snap, high over the punter's head, back inside the 15, and he simply downs it at about the 11. And boy, the Rangers get a break. They're going to have the ball on short field.
Oh boy, that's huge. That's the type of struggles I saw them having against McBain with that long snap. And that time the punter had no chance whatsoever to try to secure that ball. It went high and right to him.
Exactly.
And he had a heads-up play. He just fell on the ball. So
the Rangers have a great opportunity with 3:09 left to go in the second quarter to grab the lead back here before halftime. Dunham back in also, who was hobbled a moment ago. Hahn fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, coming left, and he's down inside the 10 to about the 9. They're going to mark it. Very reminiscent of the touchdown run just a few moments ago from Jacob Hahn.
I think
looked
that
like
was
the same play.
Yeah, that was the identical play, Swan.
So pickup of 3. It'll be second down 7 for the Rangers. 2:43 left to go, second quarter. Hahn in the shotgun. Dunham to his right, lone setback. Hahn takes it, keeps it himself, trying to go around the right side. Got some running room, makes a dive for the corner of the end zone. And close, they're going to mark it. It looks like out of bounds, maybe at the 2 or 3 yard line. He must have stepped out before he dove.
Yeah.
With the dive, he was right at the pylon.
Well, I thought it was a touchdown. You're absolutely right. And they're marking it short. So, yeah, he must have stepped out right there.
So they're going to give him a gain of 6. It's 3rd and 1. Spread formation. Hahn under center. I formation behind him. Takes the snap. Hand off to Dunham. Dunham off the right side into the end zone for the Ranger touchdown. Nick Dunham from 2 yards out. Ranger touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a great job by Jacob Hahn because Everett had great penetration that time, and he was actually being tackled as he was handing the ball off, and he maintained his focus and got the ball in Dunham's hand, and Dunham just squirted it right up the middle.
That puts the Rangers up 19-14, and once again lining up for 2. Hahn under center, takes a snap, looks into the end zone, and his pass is wide of Isaac Graydon, incomplete. And that leaves our score at 5. 2-point conversion, of course, would have made it 7. A little bit nicer, JP. But
absolutely,
Rangers, got a 3 and out with Everett, and then with the muffed punt attempt from the Wildcats, able to take it in. And what a turn of events in the last minute here to give the Rangers hopefully the lead going into halftime.
Absolutely, and that time Isaac just ran a quick slant, and Jacob just kind of overthrew him, or threw behind him a little bit. So, but no, that's huge, and that's kind of like answering back to our whenever blocked our punt. So that's another sudden change moment, and we took advantage of it.
So the Rangers to kick, and they're not waiting for the wind this time to blow the ball off the tee. We're holding it right now. So Rangers kicking from the 40 into the wind. 2:24 left to go, second quarter. Now defense needs to step up once again until halftime. Kick in the air, taken at the 32. That's Odell once again. Little running room off the left side. Now up the middle, makes a cut. And trying to get out to the 45, and he does. Great effort from number 4, Justin Odell, the junior. And Everett will have it 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line.
It took about 5 Rangers to bring him down. He kept those big legs of his churning, and Cody Giroux that time was in on the tackle. So
Everett quickly up to the line, come out in a spread formation. Pritchard in the shotgun. Setback is Garrett Johnson, number 19. Pass to the right, flat, brought in by number 11. completed. Cameron Brazington on the pass reception. He's across Ranger territory, brought down at the 48-yard line after a gain of 7.
Yeah, Cole Regneris from his safety position came up and made the stop. That was kind of reminiscent of what the Wildcats were doing early in the first quarter, just a real quick pass and getting the ball to the receiver in space to see if he can create something.
2nd down, 3. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first half. This time Pritchard's pass trying to hit receiver out on the left side after a short down and out, but Nolan Rowan didn't have a chance to bring that one in. Pass well behind him, incomplete. 3rd down.
Yeah, we got a little bit of pressure up from the inside of the defensive line, and he had to rush his throw, and Rowan slipped a little bit as he tried to make that catch.
Stops the clock at 1:35, does the incomplete pass. 3rd and 3. Pritchard in the shotgun, spread formation. 1 setback. Takes the snap. Handed off up the middle, and there's some running room. Cuts it to the outside, down the right sideline. And Odell finally knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. A big play for the Wildcats on 3rd down.
That was a huge play. Nice job of running. Jacob War saved the touchdown by knocking him out of bounds.
About a 28-yard gain on that one for the Wildcats. They've got it 1st and 10, just inside the Ranger 20-yard line. 1:26 left to go in the second quarter. Once again, stay with us at halftime. We'll have a lot of info coming your way, including the 2018 King and Queen for homecoming festivities tonight here in Rangerland. From the shotgun, Pritchard hands off to Conklin, coming right, and then cuts it up, and he picks up about 5 just inside the 15, but I see a penalty flag here on the near sideline as the Wildcats are going left to right.
Yeah, Connor McGrew was in on the bottom of that pile. And we got to start tackling big old number 32 down below the waistline, because we're trying to take him up top, and he's a strong kid.
The officials get together. It is a penalty to be walked off against the Wildcats. Procedure penalty, 5 yards, will move the ball back near the 25, just inside the 25-yard line. 1st down and 15 with 1:18 left to go on the clock, second quarter. Of course, Everett looking at that. They want to try and punch something in here in the last 1:18 to regain the lead before halftime. Rangers trying to defend the lead into halftime. Spread formation, Pritchard and shotgun. Conklin set back to his left, fakes the handoff to Conklin, looks wide left, and the pass into the end zone is caught. A nice looking pass from Carter Pritchard to Donovan Reagan, and that's his second touchdown grab of the night.
Yeah, he just kind of waited for him to come open and just kind of flicked it out there, and boy, it was right on the money, and Reagan made a nice catch. He kind of was diving into the end zone.
So 25-yard pass from Pritchard to Reagan gives the Wildcats a 20-19 lead, as they now will make the try for extra point. Lining up to try for 2. Pritchard in the shotgun. Conklin to his left, and Pritchard takes a timeout. We've got 1:11 left to go in the second quarter. Wildcats have just put together a 55-yard drive to regain the lead at 20-19, and now the try for extra point pending.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to 3. And Pritchard saw something he didn't like. I don't know if his personnel weren't lined up where he wanted them to be, and rather than take a penalty, he wisely took the timeout. Certainly with 1:11 to go in the half, they had a timeout to waste there. So that's a heads up by the quarterback.
Well, we needed the Ranger defense to step up there, JP, going into halftime, but the Wildcat offense is working well tonight, moving the ball. Pritchard's having a nice night. Conklin's having a nice night running the ball.
Well, I think they caught us off guard because it was a third down play, and I think they were anticipating that they'd be throwing the ball, and they handed it off and for that big first down there.
Here's a try for two now. They come out, receiver split wide to the right and left. Conklin the setback to Pritchard's right. Pritchard in the shotgun to try and increase the lead to 3. Pritchard back to throw, rolling to his right, being chased, looking in the end zone, and could not be brought in by number 19, Garrett Johnson, as he pounds the ground. It was there. He maybe could have brought it in, but pass is no good.
I threw it just a little bit behind him, so he had to kind of stop and reach back for the ball, but the ball was there. If you ask him right now, he'd tell you he should have caught that ball. But it would have been a tough catch, but
so that leaves the score 20-19. We'll keep it here with just 1:11 left to go in the second quarter. Been an evenly played ball game. There has been no team that's been up by 2 scores. Everything's been kind of back and forth. Each team has had the lead at least a couple of times. And like we said before, JP, just a good Highland Conference football game, and everybody came to play tonight.
Absolutely. And Everett's looking much better than they did last week on the offensive side of the ball, that's for sure.
So Everett ready to tee it up, kick it off following their touchdown. Deep for the Rangers back at the 20-yard line are, again, Nick Dunham and Isaac Radin to receive the kickoff.
Well, I would anticipate they're going to keep the ball on the ground and not allow the Rangers to get any type of a return here. But
well, last time, like you said, JP, they kicked it to the open spot over on the left-hand side, kicked it away from our returners. And here we go. See what they do. Just kind of pops it up in the air. And the Rangers bring it in, haul it in at their own 42-yard line. So kick didn't travel far with the wind, but neither were the Rangers able to return it.
No, and Jacob Moore secured that ball, and he could have actually fair caught that ball. It was kicked high enough, and sometimes they design a kickoff like that, and then the kid kind of panics and he drops the ball. So he could have actually stepped up and just fair caught that ball and not have worried about getting hit.
So from their own 42, 1st and 10, spread formation. Mielke comes in motion right to left, and we got a penalty flag. It is procedure against the Rangers, cost them 5 yards. Well, would you anticipate the Rangers just kind of let this go into halftime, or you expect them to pull something out here, JP, and try?
Well, if they have a trick play, they might, something. But I would anticipate that they might just try to get a couple running plays here and go into halftime down 1 and regroup, kind of get settled down and make some adjustments on that pass game. And
Hahn takes a snap, coming to his left, keeping it all the way, trying to get around the left side, but then knocked out of bounds. After a short gain, they'll mark it a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 14.
And that certainly wasn't anything fancy that time. He kind of just tucked it and kept it. That was just a quarterback sweep around the left-hand side.
1:03 left to go in the second quarter. From the shotgun, Hahn takes a snap, looking to pass, goes down the left sideline, and just over the outstretched hands of Lane Helsel. A perfectly thrown ball could have been caught there, JP.
Absolutely, and that answers our questions about whether or not they're going to try to take a shot or not, and they certainly did.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 14. The negative is they've stopped the clock on both these plays, and if they don't get the first down, Everett's going to get the ball again. Hahn falling back, sets up a screen pass to Dunham. He's on the right side, but good pursuit by the Wildcats. Limits that to a gain of about 3. It's going to be 4th down 11 with 45 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
And now it appears as Everett has taken a timeout, and they have.
Everett takes a timeout to see what they might want to do with 45 seconds left. Manton here being forced to punt. We'll keep it right here. Again, nothing fancy at this point. You just don't want that fluke play here on offense for the Rangers, like the bad snap over the punter's head or something like that.
Well, I see Solani still standing on the sideline, so they're either going to have their second punter in, or they're planning on running the ball and playing defense from the 40-yard line. So
yeah, that's a little dangerous with the attack that Everett has tonight, throwing that football.
Yeah, and they still have a timeout left. So
Everett back out, ready to play defense. The Rangers break out of it, coming from the sideline. Again, 44 seconds left to go in the first half. Rangers have it, 4th and 11, and that's Isaac Radin who's going to do the punting. Number 15 for the Rangers, with Solani on the sideline, like Smarty alluded to.
now they had to make an adjustment in their punt formation. Now Glover hustled on in. Now the Rangers are taking a timeout.
Now, what do you think's behind that one? Just to get organized?
I don't know if they all realized that they were going to punt the ball, or if there was a substitute made, and therefore the second string, if Radin went from position A to out back to the punter, if they needed to get a kid in for him. But Grover hustled out there to get in that the backfield blocking position, and I don't think Coach Solani wanted to risk getting another penalty.
Well, now look at this. Radin is on the sideline, who was going to do the punting, and we've got a new person in punt formation, and that's Trent Grover. So the Rangers do line up in punt formation. We'll see what Grover can do. Into the wind. Here's the snap. 4th and 11. Snap's good, and the punt is away, taking a Ranger bounce down near the 30-yard line, where Everett will have it 1st and 10 with 35 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Well, it certainly didn't have the height of a Trevor Solani punt, but it certainly was as effective.
It was effective.
It stayed low, and we got a big Ranger bounce. Now it'll be interesting to see if Everett takes a couple shots downfield.
Exactly. We asked the same question. Will Everett try and do something here in the last 35 seconds? Or will they be content with their 1-point lead at 20-19 to head into halftime? They come out spread formation. Ball at their own 30-yard line. Pritchard in the shotgun. Takes it, fakes the reverse, sets up a screen. Conklin's got it. Right sideline, and taken out of bounds just over the 40-yard line at about the 42. That's just enough for the first down. Gain of about 11 on the play. So Everett has it 1st and 10 with 29 seconds left to go in the quarter.
Yeah, Everett has a number of different screenplays in their arsenal, and there is just another example, one of we haven't seen yet today. So,
yeah, I think the Rangers have to be ready for just about anything here. As you said in the pregame, JP, Coach Craven for Everett has a lot of different formations, a lot of ideas. Pritchard back to throw, sets up another screen pass to Conklin, middle of the field, down to the 40, down to the 35-yard line for another Wildcat first down. Clock stopped with 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
yeah, that's just a screen play, same player, just a different side of the ball. And Lytle and McNaris made the play.
And on the first down play, Pritchard just took the snap from center and threw the ball into the ground, spiked it to stop the clock at 17.8 seconds. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. So again, they're answering the question too. They're not going to sit on it. Let's try and get another score here, last few seconds.
And they're not taking any deep throws down the field. They're setting up these different screen plays. The first one was a little bit to the right. That one was more to the middle left. And He may take a shot right here.
Spread formation from the shotgun. Empty backfield. Pritchard dropping back, straight back. Looking over the center to Conklin. He's got him inside the 10-yard line. Another Wildcat first down. Ball spotted at, just inside the 15. So the ball spotted at the 13-yard line. 13 seconds to go in the second quarter. But we're walking backwards. Did we have a flag? There's a flag on the far side of the field.
Oh, I never saw that.
I didn't see that to start with.
Yeah, Conklin shifted out of the backfield into the inside slot position. Basically, he just ran a seam route and right down the hash. And
you're exactly right, JP. The referee just signaled a shift penalty, 5 yards against the Wildcats. Boy, does that negate a big play.
Oh, boy.
So now Everett has it at the Ranger 40-yard line, 2nd and 15 with 13 seconds to go. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pritchard air it out here. He's got a good arm, experienced quarterback, senior leader of this Wildcat ball team. Conklin goes in motion to the left. No setbacks. Pritchard drops straight back, looking to his left. Now going to his left. Downfield, lets it air out, and ball batted for, falls incomplete. Intended for Conklin, might have got a hand on it, but Regnerus was there also for the Rangers. In fact, about 4 people going for that jump ball.
Yeah. Regnerus is the one that knocked it out of Conklin's hands, that's for sure. Boy, I tell you, that Conklin is a go-to kid, isn't he?
He is. So 6 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And the Rangers need to dodge what could be just one more bullet here before halftime. 20-19, Everett on top of Manton. Spread formation. Pritchard in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Fakes a pass. Hands off straight up the middle. Odell. No running room there. And Everett was simply happy to run out the first half, even though we show 1/10 of a second. But I think they'll probably wind it.
Yeah, as soon as they get it spotted.
And there it is. So Manton defense able to hold and not allow another score before halftime, and that is the end of the first half. Our halftime score, the Everett Wildcats 20, the Manton Rangers 19. Stay with us. We'll be back with some halftime numbers. We'll give you a recap of the scoring. We'll talk about second half. We've got all kinds of issues coming up here on homecoming night and senior night here in Manton. We will be back in 2 minutes.
Imagine this, the taste, the smell, the flavor of down-home barbecue at your sauce-covered fingertips. But without all the mess and hassle. Let the Smokehouse excite your taste buds with some of the best barbecue that you can imagine. Try mouth-watering recipes like the pork belly Cuban, the brisket grilled cheese, smoked chicken salad, loaded mac and cheese, and of course, don't forget the Frickles. Check out the Smokehouse at the Truck Stop Food Court at 902 West 13th Street in Cadillac each weekday, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Or call for availability for the Smokehouse to travel and cater your next event. 231-824-3513. That's 231-824-3513.
Get ready to ride in the fall with the best deals of the year on Kawasaki motorcycles at Village Motorsports. Huge savings up to $4,000 on select Kawasaki models, plus amazing financing. How about a new 2016 Ninja ZX6R limited edition MSRP of $12,999, now just $93.99. Join the Freedom Cruise on a new 2017 Versys 1000 LT, MSRP of $12,999, now only $10,250. Or a prior year Kawasaki Z1000 ABS, MSRP of $11,999, now only $79.99. That's $4,000 off. Restrictions may apply, subject to change without notice. Offers available on approved purchases of new select unregistered Kawasaki vehicles, valid for a limited time only. Huge savings on Kawasaki motorcycles during the Ride into Fall and Freedom Cruise sales event. Riders, join Village Motorsports for the 5th annual Freedom Cruise Sunday the 23rd, beginning at 12 noon at 5th Third Ballpark. Show your patriotic support for the American Fallen Soldiers program. Village Motorsports, West Michigan's premier Kawasaki dealer on Plainfield Avenue and Grand Rapids. Village Motorsports and villagemotorsports.net. Get to the Village.
Bostic's Drugstore in Manton is your locally owned pharmacy. You can count on Mike and his professional staff to take care of all of your prescription needs with a personal hometown touch. You'll get a comprehensive medication review every time you pick up a prescription. Bostic's Drugstore accepts most insurances and administers flu and shingle shots with a prescription. They're also your home for Manton Rangers and locally made Michigan apparel, plus cards, gifts, and toys. Stop into your friendly hometown pharmacy, Bostic's Drugstore on Main Street in Manton. Call 231-824-6465.
Welcome back to Manton High School. This is Rick Swanson along with Jim Smart, where our halftime score is the Everett Wildcats 20, the Manton Rangers 19. First off, I'll run through a recap of our scoring tonight, which has been close throughout. The first score of the ball game came on Manton's first possession of the ball game, and they had a short field to work with, getting the ball on the Everett 31-yard line, but they were able to put together a 31-yard drive. The last yard of it, a touchdown run from Nick Dunham. The kick was good, and Manton led it with 7:17 left to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Everett came back with 3:16 left to go in the first quarter on a 15-yard pass reception from Pritchard to Reagan to get the Wildcats on the board. Their kick on try for extra point was no good, and with 3:16 left to go in the first quarter, Manton still led it 7-6. Into the second quarter, Everett was able to take the lead on a 5-yard run from Billy Conklin. The 2-point try was good, and with 8:25 left to go in the second quarter, Everett led it 14-7. Manton was able to come back on the very next possession, put together a 65-yard drive, and finished it off with a 22-yard run from quarterback Jacob Hahn. The try for 2 was no good, and with 4:21 left to go in the first half, Everett clung to a 14-13 lead. Manton then caused a 3-and-out from the Wildcats, and on the Ranger next possession, they put together a drive aided by a poor snap on the punt. They only had 11 yards to go, and the Rangers were able to punch it in. 2-yard run from Nick Dunham into pay dirt, finishing that drive off. The 2-point try, again, no good. But Manton regained the lead with 2:24 left in the first half, 19-14. The Rangers could not hold the Wildcats at bay, and the Wildcats were able to put one more score on the board with 1:11 left to go in the first half on a 25-yard pass from Pritchard to Reagan, the second touchdown connection between those two tonight. The 2-point try was no good, but Everett had regained the lead 20-19, and that's where we are here at halftime as homecoming festivities are taking place down on the field amid rain, which has started up again. Not the best conditions for homecoming, but everybody's going to brave it. That's what you do in football season.
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, we haven't had any rain for the last quarter and a half, and as soon as they started introducing our homecoming candidates, and I don't feel bad for our football players, but these young ladies that are all dressed up to the nines here are walking across the field, and it just got yucky out.
It's miserable. Well, let's go, JP, with some halftime stats.
Okay, here we go. Hahn had 9 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown in the first half. Solani had 7 carries for 29 yards. Dunham had 8 carries for 23 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Passing-wise, Hahn is 4 of 6 for 20 yards. And so we see that, I don't know if it's what Everett's allowing them to happen or whatever, but our balance between our passing and our running certainly is off kilter tonight. Coach Solani likes to have about a 50-50 split there, and obviously we've been running the ball a lot more than throwing the ball. Defensively, Summers had 4 tackles. Renfre's got 4 tackles. Milky's got 3, and Regnerus has got 3. Other than the block punt and the bad snap, we're turnover free in this ball game. So no turnovers, which is a positive. But
there have been a few penalties in the ball game tonight, but I don't remember one that really stood out that hurt the Rangers. The Wildcats had one on their last drive as they tried to punch it in before halftime, but Penalties have been split between both teams. I don't see any real advantage in that aspect.
And most of those penalties have all been illegal procedure penalties or illegal shifts, where the quarterback is snapping the ball before the kid's shifting out of the backfield is set, or we got somebody just a little anxious up front. So, no major penalties. We've had a couple. The roughing the quarterback that led to our first touchdown was a big play. So.
We are at halftime here in Manton, 20-19. The Everett Wildcats lead it by 1. Neither team led by more than 7 in the first half. Both teams did lead by 7 at a particular time. Homecoming festivities still going on down in front of us. Windy, rainy night here in Manton at this moment anyway.
And that wind is not going to settle down, so that will certainly be a factor in the second half as much as it was in this first half. So
it certainly will, and Manton will receive the second half kickoff as they won the toss to start the ball game and deferred to the second half.
It'll be interesting to see which goal that Everett defends, because are they going to take the wind in the fourth quarter, or are they going to try to pin the Rangers down and have them face that wind in the third quarter and see if they create something there. So there's a little bit of a chess match or some decisions that the coaches have to make. Obviously, Coach Solani, they want the football, but Coach Craven's got to figure out if he wants to win in the fourth quarter or not. So
exactly
which way he wants to kick that ball.
Tonight, in addition to being homecoming, is also senior night, so we would like to run through the members of the football team and cheerleading squad that are seniors and playing in their final regular season football game here in Manton. Now, this is only week 5, but what that tells you is the remaining 4 weeks are all on the road, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later. But this is the final home game of the 2018 regular season. On the football squad, and I'm going to go in numerical order. The seniors on this year's team: number 2, Jacob War; number 11, Trevor Solani; number 22, Nick Dunham; number 44, Caleb Milkey; number 54, Isaac Smith; number 55, Gavin Summers; and number 77, Jake Renfer. All seniors on the Manton football team suiting up for what could be the last time here. Not ruling out playoffs, but at least for their final regular season football game here in front of the home crowd. And we learned tonight that of the varsity cheerleaders, all of them are seniors that make up the cheerleading squad. They are Katie Whitehead, Kira Stutzman, Anya Hunt, Madison Hillard, Anya Hunt, I'm sorry, they have her name down twice in the program, Michaela Weinrich, Elena Britson, and Cameron Rogers. And the cheerleaders are coached by Carrie Swanson.
You know, something they did tonight, Swan, that I had not seen before, but I thought was pretty neat, is that they introduced the senior band members tonight as well, and all the other athletes that were seniors on the other sports program, the cross-country runners and the volleyball players, and I think that was a nice recognition for them as well.
Certainly was. Certainly was. Recognize as many people as possible. We do have results of the homecoming king and queen. Want to pass those along to you. And the 2018 homecoming queen here in Manton is Ashley Parker, the daughter of Barry and Lori Parker. And the king for 2018 is Jacob War, son of Wayne and Jennifer War. So congratulations to them.
Absolutely. And even though they were crowned on a rainy, windy night, I'm sure they're very excited to be the homecoming king and queen. And congratulations to them from myself as well.
Do you remember your homecoming days, JP? I know for myself, it was a number of years ago, but
oh yeah,
many moons ago.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to take the homecoming queen to the dance.
Well, there you
on
go.
Homecoming night, and my good friend Kip Wiersma, who is a teacher up in St. Ignace, to this day was a homecoming king.
Well, that's pretty cool. You got memories. You have to have memories of the big events in high school. They certainly stay with you a long time. Well, I also want to mention these remaining 4 games that the Rangers have. Even though we're in week 5, we're tipping over the middle of the regular season with game 5 tonight with 4 to go. But they are all on the road. On the other hand, the Rangers enjoyed 4 of their first 5 at home to start this season. So now you have to pay the piper. Next week, the Rangers will be traveling to McBain. As we get into October, they travel to Pine River. And then we've got some long trips. We travel south to Morley-Stanwood, and the longest one is the final game of the season in week 9, where we take the 2.5-hour drive to Rogers City. So it's not going to be easy the rest of the way for the Rangers.
Absolutely not. Of course, Pine River is undefeated, and McBain has a loss to a very strong Lake City team, and Morley-Stanwood coming in tonight was 3-1. They play in a fairly tough football conference, and Rogers City we played last year, and I've taken that trip to Rogers City a number of times on the wrestling bus, and because they often hosted the regional or district tournament up that way. And there's no easy way to get there, Swan.
No. Yeah. But we'll be there.
Yes,
we'll be there. Rogers City, the Rangers were able to handle pretty easily last year in the final game. But this year, Rogers City seems to have really turned things around, and they're 4-0 going into tonight.
Yep, and they are ranked, and they will certainly be a challenge at the last game of the year, particularly if we need to win that game to get in the playoffs. So
exactly. Well, before we take one more pause here during halftime, let's pass on the JV results from last night to the listeners. Everett and Manton last night in Everett.
Played in Everett, and Everett came away at 31-16 victors last night.
So that drops the JV record to 2-3 on the season. The JV squad won the first 2, and now they have dropped the last 3 to conference teams. So we are in halftime at Manton. Everett 20, the Rangers 19. And we're going to take one more break, and we'll come back and talk about the second half and what we might expect to see as we get into this very competitive ball game between the Rangers and the Wildcats. So stay with us. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Wilder Heating and Cooling is a name you've come to trust when it comes to Amana high-efficiency furnaces, air conditioning systems, and heat pumps. They can provide quality service at a quality price with a 10-year labor and parts warranty and service all makes and models. Financing is available. Contact Wilder Heating and Cooling at 231-645-4822 or online at wilderhvac.net. Wilder Heating and Cooling is a proud local community supporter of the Manton Rangers.
Looking to buy a home or sell yours? Need to upgrade or downsize? Go with experience. Go with Garno. Jamie Fellows Garno of City to Shore Real Estate is your full-time real estate professional with 15 years of experience helping people make their home ownership dreams come true in the greater Cadillac area. Homes are needed now to meet the demand. Want to know what your home is worth in today's real estate market? Talk to Jamie Fellows Garno, serving Wexford, Missaukee, Osceola, and Grand Traverse counties from the new City to Shore branch office in Manton at 113 Main Street.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Manton Athletic Complex on a rather chilly, windy, sometimes rainy on and off night, where the Rangers are hosting the Everett Wildcats. And here at halftime, the Wildcats are clinging to a 1-point lead, 20-19. It's been kind of a trade-off in the first half, touchdown-wise. Neither team able to open up a 2-score advantage. The largest lead by either team has been 7 points. And it's been close throughout, and I would probably anticipate the same thing in the second half. But Smarty and I were just observing the rain situation, and it seems to have stopped again, even though it's windy. It seems like that rain had to come around just for the homecoming festivities on the field. It wasn't raining beforehand, and now it's stopped again. But Playing tricks with us tonight.
Absolutely, and then that temperature's dropping. What a weird night. How often do you see the temperature rise during the course of the evening? So kind of a weird day all the way around. The rain will be a factor, particularly with throwing the ball, I think. But this wind, of course, will play havoc on the kicking game and will create some problems for both teams. And we alluded to it earlier. I'm very curious to see, the Rangers are going to take the football. And what's Coach Craven going to do? Is he going to take the win in the fourth quarter, or is he going to try to pin the Rangers down deep, get this third quarter started, and try to get a short field?
Exactly. And you can see an argument both ways.
Oh, absolutely. So that'll be interesting to see. Defensively, I think the Rangers have to make a couple adjustments, and I think one of the things they have to do is try to create a situation where we create more pressure on the quarterback. Right now, he's got a bit of time to throw. Pritchard does, and I don't know if Coach wants to start bringing maybe a linebacker or somebody off the edge to try to create pressure and try to take some of that short passing game away. They're doing a very nice job of designing their screens and their short passing game, and so maybe a little bit of pressure. And offensively, we've got to try to get a better push up front and create some better running lanes. And let's be honest, the situation with Trevor Solani, he didn't play much of that last first half, and is he going to be available to us?
Exactly. We saw him out there on defense at his middle linebacker spot, but then later on when it came time to punt, he was not able to punt. And both Solani and Dunham were hobbled in that first half at different times. So you're absolutely right. Will they be able to go, and how strong will they be in the second half?
And late in the second half, Trevor was on the sideline defensively as well. And so they were taping his ankle on the sideline, and it looked like he rolled that ankle a little bit. Dunham did come back in the ball game. I think he might have just rolled that ankle, but not as severely as Trevor did. And so, those could be some big factors right there as well.
Well, we have no halftime entertainment going on right now. The Manton Marching Band even headed to the bleachers when it was raining out there. But wind remains. The crowd is hanging around. We might lose a few people at halftime, JP, but we got a good ball game. It's going to be a good second half, and a lot of people will stick around. Maybe somebody will join us on the radio if they are forced out by the cold and the wind.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I talked to Carol Harder today in Myers as I was walking through Myers, and he didn't know if he was going to come to the ball game tonight. He said if the weather looks a little yucky, he says, I'll just stay home and listen to you guys. So, Carol, we're just saying hello.
Well, both teams are out on the field, and they'll go through their last loosening up drills before we get this second half underway. So we're going to take one more pause. We did have extended halftime activities tonight because of homecoming. So we'll be back for the second half in 60 seconds.
The Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Ranger sports teams. And go Rangers!
As consolidation and mergers keep shuffling bank control from corporate boardroom to faraway corporate boardroom, Forest Area Federal Credit Union hasn't lost sight of why they're in business. You. It's evident in Forest Area's commitment to delivering quality financial services with a personal touch. It shows in their fierce dedication to local causes and missions. Let them show you. Join Forest Area Federal Credit Union with branches in Manton, Kalkaska, Kingsley, and Fife Lake. Learn more at forestarea.com. Insured by the NCUA.
Imagine this: the taste, the smell, the flavor of down-home barbecue at your sauce-covered fingertips. But without all the mess and hassle. Let the Smokehouse excite your taste buds with some of the best barbecue that you can imagine. Try mouth-watering recipes like the pork belly Cuban, the brisket grilled cheese, smoked chicken salad, loaded mac and cheese, and of course, don't forget the Frickles. Check out the Smokehouse at the Truck Stop Food Court at 902 West 13th Street in Cadillac each weekday, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Or call for availability for the Smokehouse to travel and cater your next event. 231-824-3513. That's 231-824-3513.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Manton Athletic Complex and Highland Conference football action with the Manton Rangers hosting the Everett Wildcats. And our halftime score, Everett 20, Manton 19. Busy night here in Manton tonight. It has been homecoming. Those festivities have just taken place and concluded at halftime. And it was also senior night, where the senior members of the football team and cheerleading squad and Smarty, other sports were introduced tonight. Is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And a nice touch by Athletic Director Mr. Scott Bender, including everybody that is involved in a fall sport in the introduction for senior night.
So with all these activities going on, Smarty and I were talking when we were off the air about all the distractions that accompany homecoming week. And, of course, you went through that as a head coach. And what's it like trying to get your football team ready to play a football game when you have all these other things going on?
Well, Swan, to be honest with you, homecoming week was not my favorite week when I was trying to get these kids to focus. And there's a lot of distractions. And they're high school kids, and they want to be involved and part of everything. And you got to respect that. But it's a different practice week when you're preparing for an opponent. There's just no way to get around it. So you just do the best you can, and hopefully we made some halftime adjustments. And even that, we're trying to make halftime adjustments, and we got a number of the players out here that are homecoming representatives, and they're being introduced to the crowd. So they're not in the locker room trying to make, the adjustments. So the coach has got to pull those kids aside once they get up there and talk to them about what we want to do, and hopefully they grasp the concept changes they're trying to make, and we'll see how things go this second half.
And we are ready to go. Wildcats kicking off. Manton will receive to start the second half. And the kick just is a squibber on the ground, and the Rangers fall on it just inside their own 40-yard line, where they will have a 1st and 10. So we had the question answered, JP. Manton's going to have the wind here in the third quarter, and Everett will have the wind on their back in the fourth.
That doesn't surprise me in the least. If you're in a tight ball game, you want to have that wind. If you had the choice, I certainly would have tried to opt for that.
So Manton from their own 39 and come right out with a pass, but falls incomplete. Hahn tried to get it out to the left side to Isaac Radin, but threw it into the ground. Isaac didn't have a chance to bring that one in. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 as we just get our second half underway here in Manton.
Yeah, that was just a quick bubble screen to the left-hand side, and didn't have a chance.
Here's the snap from the shotgun. Fake to hand off to Dunham. Hahn kept it himself, trying to get around the left side. And no running room over there. Stop for no gain on the play. Been tough for the Rangers tonight, Smarty, to get anything around the ends. They've done a lot of running from side to side, but they can't cut them up and make any positive yardage. From the shotgun, Hahn back to pass, looking deep to his left, and pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, what you had there, so I think you're going to have either a defensive holding call, or you're going to have a pass interference call on that far sideline. Jacob did a very nice job that time. He looked to his right and drew the receivers that way, and then came back and threw the ball to the left. It looked like the defender of Everett grabbed our receiver. That would have been McKernan over there, and they called him for pass interference.
Yeah,
so.
that was Lucas McKernan the pass was intended for, and 15-yard walk-off gives the Rangers a 1st down on the Everett 45-yard line. So big penalty for the Rangers.
Absolutely.
On the positive side for the Rangers.
Absolutely.
Spread formation from the shotgun is Hahn, and we'll get penalty flags again. Rangers are pointing towards Everett.
Yeah, they went on a different count that time, and off came the interior side of Everett's defensive line.
So 1st down and 5 to go after the 5-yard penalty against the Wildcats.
That's 20 yards in penalties for us. Start second half.
Radin comes in motion left to right. Quick pass from Hahn out to Number 5, Regneris, tried to get some running room down the right sideline, but brought down after just a short gain.
You got a flag on the far side of the field, Swan. I think they're going to call Raiden for turning up field prior to the snap of the ball, so that would be illegal procedure again. So
we get the call from the referee. That was a first down 5 play for the Rangers. The pass play resulted in a gain of a couple, but that is negated for the penalty. And Smarty, you were exactly right. 5 yards against the Rangers. Right back where we started, first down and 10 on the Everett 45-yard line.
So here we go back to a normal first down situation. So
spread formation in the shotgun, Jacob Hahn. Nick Dunham, lone setback. And Hahn takes it himself right up the center of the line. He's got some running room and looks like good positive pickup of about 9 yards on first down.
Yeah, they brought Raiden across the formation that time. It looked like a jet sweep. We faked the handoff to him, and Hahn kept it and picked up a big 9 yards for the Rangers.
If you're wondering about Solani, he is on the sideline, and that is not good news for the Rangers at this point. Here's the handoff to Dunham. Went to his right, made a cut upfield, and picks up about 4 yards, and that's good for the Ranger first down on the Everett 31-yard line.
And they may be saving Trevor for the defensive side of the ball. He looks like he's moving around okay on the sideline, and that's just a nice design play and a good cut by Nick that time.
10:41 left to go in the third quarter, 20-19. Everett on top of the Rangers. Rangers driving. Raiden comes in motion left to right. Snap to Hahn. Option pitch to Dunham on the left side. Everett defense closed quickly. Looked like had some running room to start with, but brought down after a gain of about 3.
Yeah, they've had some success with that option play, not only tonight in previous games as well. That time, number 19, Johnson, closed quickly from his outside linebacker position and shut that play down.
Rangers with the ball on the Everett 30-yard line. Second down, 7 from the shotgun. Hahn passing, looking to his right. He's got Regneris, and it's completed inside the 10-yard line. Cole just went up in the air and grabbed that one, snatched it away from the defender. Big play from the Rangers. Hahn to Regneris.
Yeah, Hahn that time threw the ball on his back shoulder. Regneris did a great job adjusting to it, and the only person who could catch that ball was Cole.
Hahn's shotgun, handoff to Dunham on the right side, and Dunham able to get down to the 5. Actually, second, third effort getting inside the 5-yard line, but they're going to mark it at the 5, saying his progress was stalled at that point. It'll be second down and goal for the Rangers from the 5-yard line. Nice drive so far here to open up the second half. Rangers received the kickoff. And, we have a shift. We do have a shift penalty against the Rangers on the last play. So it's going to cost them 5. It'll be first and goal now from the 11-yard line. Raiden goes in motion from right to left. Hahn keeps it on the snap. Boy, he's got opening up the middle, took it all the way. Quarterback Jacob Hahn on an 11-yard touchdown run, and he went through there, JP, with hardly a hand on him.
No, he was untouched, and he's got a very quick acceleration, and he had a big burst right there, and there's a couple guys that put a hand up, but didn't even put a pad on him. So outstanding drive to open the second half for the Rangers.
8-play drive covering 61 yards, and Hahn takes it in from 11 yards out. Now lining up for a kick is the freshman McKiernan. Kick is up, and it's good. So the Rangers tack on 1, and they now lead the Wildcats as this game goes back and forth all evening, 26-20. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout back in 30 seconds.
The Can-Am Yellow Tag sales event is cranking at Village Motorsports in Holland. Amazing end-of-model year pricing with savings over $4,000 on select 2018 Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. Looking for a new ATV? Check out the deals at the Village and save over $1,600 on select Outlanders. Like the Outlander 450 starting at only $49.98. Over $2,500 in savings on a 2018 Can-Am Defender. Or if blasting the trails is what turns you on, the Village has a 2018 Can-Am Maverick X3X RS Turbo with savings of over $4,000 below MSRP. Offers end October 31st, 2018. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. See Village Motorsports for details. Extended warranties and fabulous financing, plus the best pricing of the year on 2018 Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. Going on right now at Village Motorsports in Holland. Join Village Motorsports at the 231 Snow Show in Muskegon this weekend. Parts, apparel, accessories, and the best service department on the lakeshore. Village Motorsports in Holland. Can.
Welcome back to Manton, everyone. 9:15 left to go in the third quarter. The Rangers have just taken it 61 yards to regain the lead over the Everett Wildcats. The Rangers now lead at 26-20 as they prepare to kick off. Smarty, what a way to start the second half.
Oh,
Rangers
absolutely.
just take it down and regain that lead.
It seems like that wind has picked up now, Swan. I mean, you look at the flag down there, and the rain is started coming down again. And it was, you couldn't ask for a better opening drive. You know, and we've been behind before, and this group of kids, they don't panic. They're okay, and so...
Wind blowing off the tee again, but here we go. Kick taken at the 25-yard line. Odell, the returner, and he did a lot of running north and south and was not able to cut it upfield. Good pursuit from the Ranger defense.
Very much so, and that rain it's not coming down hard. It's just raining, you know. It's not pouring, but that's going to make that field a little more slippery. So they're going to go north and south, or in our case, in our field, east and west, rather than trying to stretch it out.
Everett comes out in a full house, packing everything in, 1st and 10. Handoff to number 4. That's Odell once again, who has gotten the carry a few times as they go away from Conklin once in a while. And Odell picks up 4. It'll be 2nd down 6.
Well, that time Lytle was he was a lead linebacker in there, and Solani came in and cleaned it up. So Trevor's playing a little bit on the defensive side of the ball to start the second half.
Full house again. Pritchard under center. And handoff straight up the middle. Good for a couple of yards out to the 40-yard line. Everett will have it 3rd and a long 4.
Yeah, that was a little inside trap, a little fullback trap, and
now in the lights as we look across the field, JP, we can see that rain being blown from the west into Everett's face. Everett going from right to left.
Makes you kind of happier inside the press box tonight, doesn't
exactly.
it, Swan?
Full house. Handoff to number 11. Ranger defense right there. Brazington, the ball carrier, and actually a loss of a yard on the play is going to bring up 4th down.
There's Lytle again with a little help from Brentford. And it's nice to be calling Lytle's name. Last time we did a ball game, I called his name quite a bit, and I've called it now here 2 times on the first 3 plays in the second half. So he's become a little more active.
4th down and 5. Wildcats coming out in punt formation. Into the wind. Cole Regneris back to receive the punt. Snap is short, going for a pass. Fake punt. Pritchard tried to hit his receiver at about the 1st down marker, but incomplete. It's going to turn the ball over. Big play.
Oh, boy. Gutty call by Coach Craven there. And, I think they rushed that a little bit.
He was open.
Yep. And, of course, the Rangers were bringing pressure, so he didn't have a lot of time, but he didn't look like he secured the ball real quick, and huge play.
So Everett turns it over on downs. Manton's in business. Here's Radin on an end around, tries to get around the right side down the sideline, and he's still on his feet. Close to getting out of bounds, but actually made a big play out of it and gains, we'll do the math here, about 19 yards.
Yeah, it was close to a 20-yard gain, and that was getting strung out, and he planted his back foot and got upfield and then tiptoed down the sideline and did a tremendous job just staying in bounds. Very nice play by Isaac.
From the shotgun, Radin again in motion, going right to left. Hahn keeps it, makes a cut to his right, off tackle. Got a little running room down near the 15-yard line before the Wildcats stop him there. But a nice gain on first down. We'll leave the Rangers with a 2nd down and 3 after a gain of 7.
Yeah, that's just jet motion across the formation, and he fakes the handoff and just keeps it. And we've had some success with that play tonight.
Hahn in the shotgun, spread formation, and we've got a whistle before the snap.
And I don't know who they're going to call that on. It looks like they're going to call it Everett. They came across a little too early.
They are walking off 5 yards against the Wildcats. Going to put the ball at the 10-yard line, and that's good for a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal, Rangers from the 10. Boy, what a start to the second half if the Rangers could punch one in here.
Absolutely.
Everett just went for it on 4th down in their own territory, and the pass failed. Here's Hahn throwing in the corner of the end zone to Regnerus, just over his head. Incomplete.
Yeah, that was just a quick corner route, little fade route, and he was open.
And he's got a big height advantage on that corner.
Right. He just kind of rushed his throw and overthrew him.
Play some jump ball down there. 2nd down, goal to go. Ball right on the 10-yard line. Spread formation, Hahn in the shotgun. Dunham, lone setback to his left. Hands it to Dunham, off right tackle, and down near the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it right at the 5, which is going to bring up 3rd and goal at that point after a gain of 5 from Dunham.
Well, here's an interesting scenario, Swan. If we don't get it in here, do we try to field goal, or which is essentially would be an extra point?
Hahn takes the snap, hands it to Dunham once again, trying to go right side, just like the last play. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 4th and goal from the 5. We're in the 3rd quarter here at Manton. 5:34 left to go in the 3rd. Clock moving quickly during this 3rd quarter. And Rangers line up for big 4th down play. Need 5 yards to pay dirt. Here's the snap. Hahn keeps it going to his left. Got a little room out there. He's got to avoid a tackler. Looked like his knee hit, but now he reverses field. Coming to his right. And we got a penalty flag thrown. He's going to take it in, but they're going to call a penalty on the Rangers on the far side of the field. Jacob ran probably 60 yards on that play, Smarty.
Yeah, he
went to his left, reverse field.
They're going to call. I'm not sure what they're going to call over there. It looked like a clean block. Gavin came out of his guard position and peeled back and picked up a kid that was trying to make a play, and
it was a hard block.
Yeah, he lit him up. There's no doubt about that. But
Jacob took that to his left, totally reversed field, and when he reversed field, that's when the block was made and the penalty flags came out. So the Rangers will get one more crack on 4th down, but it's going to be from we'll see where they spot it.
That's a spot foul. So wherever they determine that flag was thrown. So Coach Solani, I watched the play. I questioned the call. So
yard is being walked off, 35-yard line, back to the 35.
And
so 4th and goal to go.
Yeah, I think they called that a personal foul.
Well, did they?
Yeah. I mean, he jacked him up. There's no doubt about it. And so, oh boy.
All right.
Well, we might see something a little tricky here, or he might just take a shot to the end zone with one of his tall wideouts. So
And the Rangers are going to take a timeout. Talk this over. 4th down and goal to go from the 35. With 5:02 left to go in the third quarter, Manton Rangers 26, Everett Wildcats 20. We'll take a timeout. Back in 30 seconds.
Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Rangers sports teams. And go Rangers!
Knowledge of the business, safety, dependability, and professionalism is what you'll get from Shepler Well Drilling of Manton. Shepler Well Drilling is a proud community supporter and would like to wish the Manton Rangers good luck in this year's sports season.
Bostic's Drugstore in Manton is your locally owned pharmacy. You can count on Mike and his professional staff to take care of all of your prescription needs with a personal hometown touch. You'll get a comprehensive medication review every time you pick up a prescription. Bostic's Drugstore accepts most insurances and administers flu and shingle shots with a prescription. They're also your home for Manton Rangers and locally made Michigan apparel, plus cards, gifts, and toys. Stop into your friendly hometown pharmacy, Bostic's Drugstore on Main Street in Manton. Call 231-824-64.
Welcome back, everyone, to Manton. 26-20, the Rangers lead it, and they have a 4th and goal to go from the 35. If you just joined us, that's kind of a rare play. But Hahn back to pass, looking deep to his right. Radin is there, and ball slipped through his hands. 2 Everett defenders there. He would not have scored anyway, but that is going to turn the ball over, and Everett will be back on the offense.
And that does a couple of things. If we wouldn't have scored from the 5, that gives them 95-yard field. Now they've got a lot more room, and so I don't think you'll see them come out in their full house.
Ball is spotted at the 35-yard line. Everett has it 1st and 10, trailing the Rangers by 6. In the shotgun is Pritchard. Takes a snap, hands off to the motion man, Cameron Brazington, who was going from left to right, trying to get around the right end, but penalty flag came in about the time the handoff was made.
Yeah, I think what you're going to have here, Swan, it looks like a holding call against Everett. So
that's exactly what it is, as we get the call from the referee.
Yeah, somebody pulling must have grabbed a hold of somebody as he was coming by, one of our defenders.
Yeah, they're walking this off from the 35-yard line back to the 25. Everett will have a 1st down, still a 1st down, but now 1st and 20. Everett's second possession of the second half. First possession, they turned over on downs, trying to go for it on 4th down, faking the punt, and incomplete pass resulted. Now they have it for the second time. Pritchard staying right in the pocket. His pass is deflected. I believe that was Milkey. Caleb Milkey got his hand up and swatted that one away.
Yeah, and much better pressure that time by Caleb. And he's a tall kid.
He is a big kid.
And he got a paw up there and knocked her down.
So that'll be 2nd and 20 for the Wildcats. Boy, a big place for the Ranger defense to step up, cause another punt. Everett would have to punt into the wind. The Rangers have the wind advantage in the third quarter. Of course, Everett will have it in the 4th. They come out with spread formation, shotgun. Pritchard, couple step drop, lays it out, and they're going to get a penalty flag.
They're going to call pass interference. And
pass intended for Brazington. It looked like both receiver and defender were looking at the ball, and they just kind of ran into each other.
There was contact there, no doubt about it. But the nice thing about high school ball, Swanee, that's a penalty, but that's not an automatic 1st down. That's a 15-yard penalty. So,
well, again, officials talking about it. It was a 2nd down play from the 25-yard line. They'll mark it off from there. It was a 15-yarder. Still be 2nd down for Everett, but now 2nd down and 5 from their own 40-yard line. So big penalty. A couple big penalties here in the last couple minutes against the Rangers. One on offense, one on defense. Pritchard hands off to Conklin. Haven't heard that name for a while. Billy Conklin out near midfield before the Rangers can bring him down. So he gains 10. He was kind of a lost running back for much of the second quarter, but there's Conklin.
Yeah, well, let's be honest, Swan. Everett hasn't had the ball much this second half, so they haven't had a chance to get him. So that Lytle made the play there and cleaned up by War.
Ball is right on the 50-yard line. Everett 1st and 10. We're in the third quarter. 4:18 left to go. Manton Rangers 26, Everett Wildcats 20. Big Highland Conference football game. Important to both these teams. In the shotgun is Pritchard. Takes a low snap, scrambling, running to his right. Heaves it out of bounds to his right. Incomplete. Of course, you hear some people hollering grounding, but he flung it out there quite a ways. And I don't know if they have the same rule as the pros do, but he threw it out past the line of scrimmage anyway.
And he did have a receiver downfield that way. They were trying to set a screen pass up over to the offensive left. And
now they drop a penalty flag.
Oh, boy.
Dropped it long after the play. Maybe a couple officials got together. And the Wildcats are walking back.
Boy, they are going to call that intentional grounding. He was under a lot of pressure. We had 3 kids chasing him down. Yeah.
And it's going to be a big one. A 15-yarder against the Wildcats. Moves the ball back to the 35-yard line.
That should be a loss of down, too, Swan.
It should be. It shows first down, but I believe it's second. Yep, now they flip it.
Official adjustment.
From the shotgun, Pritchard, second down, 25. Handoff to Conklin, makes his way through the middle of the line. Big pickup by Billy Conklin of 10 yards. Moves the ball out to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Jacob War made the tackle.
That's 2 10-yard runs by Conklin in a row. 2 times he's touched the ball. Third down, 15 for Everett. Big play. Big play for both these teams.
Absolutely. This is a huge play in the third quarter. No doubt about it. The rain has subsided again, but the wind's still blowing.
Everett going right to left across your radio into the wind here for the third quarter. Pritchard in the shotgun, running back to either side. Low snap, hands it off to Conklin. Trying to get around the right side. And he picks up another 10. 3 10-yard runs in a row for Billy Conklin. It is going to bring up fourth down, 4th and 5.
You know, I think they're going to go for it here, Swan, rather than putting in the wind. If they faked the punt down here earlier, they're certainly going to go for it on their side of the Ranger side of the 50.
Right, the ball is on the Ranger 45-yard line. 4th and 5. Big play. Somebody on the defense needs to step up here and let's put a stop to this thing.
That shows you what we know.
Again, they're showing punt formation.
That shows you what we know.
But this is what they showed last time and faked it. And they got the Rangers to jump. Goodness. 5-yard walk-off against the Rangers. Just a little eager on the defensive line. Maybe the snap count off a little bit, but looked like 3 of them jumped off sides.
Yep, they're pretty anxious.
And so the Wildcats were able to convert a 1st and 25. So 1st and 10 on the Ranger 40-yard line. Ranger defense has to step up here. From the shotgun, Pritchard looking to his left. Quick pass out there, completed. And he's got some running room left side. Breaking it down the runway is number 11, or breaking it down the sideline, Cameron Brazington on the reception. Knocked out of bounds at about the 22-yard line, it looks like.
Regnerus knocked him out of bounds. What they did, Swan, they ran a trips formation to our sideline, and all they do is get the ball out to the inside receiver. He's got 2 blockers in front of him, and let's get a block and see how far we can go. So
ball on the Ranger 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Spread formation. One setback is Odell. Moves up to a wing position. Pritchard to pass. Dropping back. Being chased. Goes to his left. And tries to hit a receiver right at the sideline, but led him a little bit too far. Pass falls out of bounds, incomplete. Good coverage by the Rangers that time.
Good coverage, and we're getting much better pressure this second half, and making Pritchard move and try to throw on the run, and he tried to throw that time, and he just threw it away out of bounds, and it was a good play by him, but that's the kids are playing better pass defense here.
Second down 10 from the 21 of the Rangers. Shotgun, Pritchard, hands off to Conklin, up the middle. Leaps over one defender and down inside the 20. Gain of about 4 on the play for Billy Conklin.
Yeah, there's Summers from that defensive tackle position making a play.
Big play, 3rd down and 6, although Everett is in 4-down territory. 1:47 as we work our way to the end of the third quarter. 26-20. Manton Rangers on top of the Everett Wildcats. Everett breaks out of the huddle. Conklin, the lone setback to Pritchard's left. Pritchard fakes the pass, hands off to Conklin, sprinting to the right sideline, and finally knocked out of bounds. Close to the goal line. They're going to say he's knocked out at about the 1. Wow. Conklin took it all the way across the field from the left side to the right, knocked out of bounds at the 1. 1st and goal, Everett.
Now, the Everett's got a little personnel problem here going on. All right.
And quick opener up the middle, in for the touchdown, Everett Wildcats.
Number 19.
Number 19, the ball carrier, and that's Johnson. Garrett Johnson taking it in. And that ties us up at 26.
Yeah, in that previous play, when Conklin took it around the right end, Everett did a very nice job of sealing that side of the field. He basically went 15 yards before we even had a kid try to put a pad on him. So,
with 1:17 left to go in the third quarter, the Wildcats tie it up at 26. And now the try for extra point. They will attempt the kick. Here's the snap. That's good. Placement's good, but blocked. The Rangers are in there to block the extra point, and that could be a big play, JP.
Absolutely.
Leaving our score tied at 26 as opposed to ever being able to take the lead. So timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout back here in Manton in 30 seconds.
Wilder Heating and Cooling is a name you've come to trust when it comes to Amana high-efficiency furnaces, air conditioning systems, and heat pumps. They can provide quality service at a quality price with a 10-year labor and parts warranty and service all makes and models. Financing is available. Contact Wilder Heating and Cooling at 231-645-4822 or online at wilderhvac.net. Wilder Heating and Cooling is a proud local community supporter of the Manton Rangers.
Welcome back, everyone, to Highland Conference football. On 107.1 The Drive, Rick Swanson along with Jim Smart. And the Wildcats have just put together a 65-yard drive. Most of the running on the ground done by Billy Conklin. And they have tied up the game at 26 apiece. The try for extra point was blocked by the Rangers. And Everett ready to kick off with 1:17 to go. And then in that fourth quarter, the Rangers are going to be fighting that win, JP.
Yeah, but they've been keeping the ball on the ground most of the night, so that shouldn't be that big of a factor. They may want to put it up a little bit.
Here we go. The Wildcats with the kickoff. High in the air, short kick. On the ground. I think Everett's got it. The Rangers could not bring that in. A short kick.
A high short kick. It's similar to what they did earlier. And there was a mix-up about who was supposed, who was going to secure that ball. And what a big play.
The Wildcats recover, and they have it 1st and 10 on the Ranger 37-yard line. Yeah, now the defense, again, see if we can make a stand here in a tie ball game. Wildcats come out, wide receiver wide to the right and left. From the shotgun, Pritchard, snap over his head, gets through his hands, scrambling, throws it to his right, incomplete. After he lost the handle on it, he just had to make something happen real quick.
Yep, he secured the ball, rolled to his right real quick, and he had a receiver going out that way, and he knew that, and he just threw it in his vicinity, and he didn't even try to complete it. He just tried to keep from getting, losing 10 yards.
2nd down and 10. Wildcats, 1:09 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Tie ball game, 26 apiece. The Manton Rangers and Everett Wildcats. From the shotgun is Carter Pritchard, senior quarterback for the Wildcats. Hands off to Conklin up the middle. Conklin's been a load, tough to bring down tonight for the Rangers, and he's able to get about 4 on the play.
Good penetration that time by Grover. He got inside and tripped him up.
3rd down and 6 for Everett. Clock running, about 45 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Time for at least one more play. If the clock doesn't stop, if it stops, we'll get a couple. Big 3rd down play. From the shotgun. Pritchard again loses the handle, had it on the ground, makes a run for it to his left, and the Rangers are there to meet him. A loss of 5 on the play. Big play from the Ranger defense with the help of a muffed snap on the exchange.
Yeah, the ball was supposed to go to the offensive right. It was a low snap, and Pritchard had a tough time securing it. He just picked up, tried to go to the left. Jacob Hong came across and forced it inside. Then Jake Renford came in and cleaned it up. So
that's the end of the 3rd quarter here in Manton. When we come back, Everett has it 4th and 10 in Ranger territory. Tie ball game, 26 apiece. Stay with us. We're going to have a good 4th quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Looking to buy a home or sell yours? Need to upgrade or downsize? Go with experience. Go with Garno. Jamie Fellows Garno of City to Shore Real Estate is your full-time real estate professional with 15 years of experience helping people make their homeownership dreams come true in the greater Cadillac area. Homes are needed now to meet the demand. Want to know what your home is worth in today's real estate market? Talk to Jamie Fellows Garno, serving Wexford, Missaukee, Osceola, and Grand Traverse counties from the new City to Shore branch office in Manton at 113 Main Street.
The Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Ranger sports teams. And go Rangers!
As consolidation and mergers keep shuffling bank control from corporate boardroom to faraway corporate boardroom, Forest Area Federal Credit Union hasn't lost sight of why they're in business. You. It's evident in Forest Area's commitment to delivering quality financial services with a personal touch. It shows in their fierce dedication to local causes and missions. Let them show you. Join Forest Area Federal Credit Union with branches in Manton, Kalkaska, Kingsley, and Fife Lake. Learn more at forestarea.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Manton High School. 26-26, Rangers and Wildcats as we start the 4th quarter. And on the 4th down play, again, the Rangers jump off sides. It'll cost them 5 yards. Everett now has it 4th and 5. The ball on the Ranger 33-yard line.
They had come out in punt formation, and we have to assume that they were going to punt it this time, and now they're going to, 4th and 5, a little more manageable, so they've got the offense back on the field and going to try to pick it up.
Everett now going left to right with the wind on their back here in the 4th quarter. Fake handoff. Pritchard rolling to his left, being chased. Shovels it out, intercepted by the Rangers. Looked like Hahn. We'll have to see who's got the interception, but he kind of pushed that pass out there as he ran to his left.
Yeah, Hahn picked it off.
We've got a penalty flag also.
And Hahn's down.
Boy, all kinds of things happening right here.
Yeah. Yeah, they had great pressure on him that time from the backside by Trenton Lytle. I mean, he was on his heels, and Pritchett rolled out to his left and just tried to shovel pass. It didn't try to overhand, just like a
Exactly.
a
It's kind of
shovel
pushed it
pass
out there,
type
yeah.
thing, a push
Yep.
pass type thing. And Hahn was right there to make the play. He picked it off and turned it upfield. Now we got a flag downfield. We don't know what that is.
The flag is in where the Manton secondary would have been.
That's by the field judge back there, so we'll
gonna
have to wait
be-
and see what that is.
It's going to be big to see if the interception stands
Hahn's back to his feet. That's a good sign.
or something happened before the interception. Here's the call.
Okay, they had a legal man downfield is what they had.
It is against Everett. The interception will stand. Big defensive stand by the Rangers in their own territory. So the Rangers will go back on offense here as we get underway in the fourth quarter. So Jacob Hahn with the interception of Pritchard. We'll see where the ball is going to be spotted. It's over on the far sideline at the 37-yard line. So it looks like Manton has a 1st and 10 as they move the sticks on their own 37.
Now Lane Helsel's in at quarterback. Hahn's got to take a play because he was hurt, so we'll see if he's going to come back in here.
And Solani remains out on offense anyway. Here's a snap. Handoff to Dunham off left tackle. And good first down yardage for Nick Dunham. Pick up about 8 out near the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that was just their dive play to the left-hand side. And, boy, they did a nice job up front that time and created a nice running lane. He picked up about 8 yards.
Jacob Hahn now back in the game at quarterback. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. We are deadlocked at 26. Manton and Everett. Raiden in motion, left to right. Hahn keeps it. Tried to make something happen himself up the center of the line, but nothing there. In fact, he's going to lose a yard as he's pushed backwards.
Yeah, good penetration by the interior of the Wildcat line that time. Big number 76. He's a big kid, and he got off the ball that time pretty quick, and we just didn't. He was in the backfield, can't handle him.
3rd down and 3. Ball at the 43-yard line of the Rangers. Need to put some first downs together here. Hahn takes a snap, hands off to Dunham. Comes off left tackle. Out close to the first down, but going to be just a little bit short. They're right down in front of us as the Rangers are going from right to left. Going to be about a couple of feet short.
Now, Coach Solani's got a decision here.
Exactly. Big 4th down play, 4th and 1 on the Rangers' side of the field. Hahn in shotgun. Appear to be going for it, and they draw the Wildcats offside. That's nice to see for a change.
Well, we go by this. Our cadence is a quarterback slaps his hand, and they have a call where they're going to slap his hand, and they're not going anywhere. And as a defensive line, you get used to that. And as soon as he claps his hand, you're coming. And nice job by the offense.
Yeah, we've had the Rangers jump offside here a couple times, and now the Wildcats did. 1st down, Rangers. Fake handoff to Dunham. Hahn kept it up the middle. Gets some positive yardage, pickup of about 3 on 1st down. Well, there's one 1st down. As I mentioned, just need to put a string together here. March this thing right down. 9:38 left to go in the ballgame. Tie score, 26. Hahn, handoff to Dunham. Trying to go left side, but Everett got a hand on him in the backfield, and he really couldn't get away from that.
No, he was patient, trying to wait for something to set up, and the defense closed in a hurry. So pretty much didn't gain anything on that.
Yep, no gain on the play. 3rd down, 7. Manton Rangers hosting the Everett Wildcats. Highland Conference football action. And it's been a dandy all night long here on homecoming night and senior night in Manton. Penalty flag.
Legal procedure.
As procedure against the Rangers. That'll cost them 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12. Coach Solani showed a little disgust on that one.
Yeah, he was a little frustrated.
Yards are hard to come by, and you hate to give them away on simple penalty.
Well, that. Yeah, that's a huge strategic adjustment now he's got to make.
Spread formation, 3rd and 12 from the shotgun. Hahn over the middle. He's got Milky open and just couldn't connect to him. Led him a little bit too much and out of his outstretched arms, and he'd have run a while, JP.
Oh yeah, he was open. It was what we used to call a tight end quick pass. Of course, Milky comes out of that wing position. He basically operates as a tight end out of that wing position, and just missed him.
He was beyond the defense. Pass just had to be there. But 4th down, Rangers out to punt. And it's not Solani again. It is number 6, Trent Grover, doing the punting, and it's a nice punt. Got up in there, it's against the wind, takes a Ranger bounce, and the Rangers down it at the 26-yard line, where Everett will take over 1st and 10.
Nice job by Trent that time. The snap was a little high. He secured the ball, and he got a good punt off because Everett was bringing all kinds of pressure. They didn't have anybody back. They were bringing all 11. So nice execution of the punt that time.
Everett has it 1st and 10 on their own 26-yard line. 8:44 left to go in the ball game. 26-26 tie here in Manton. Exciting situations will develop here in the 4th quarter. Stay with us. Pritchard in the shotgun, looks to his left for the pass. Overthrown. Incomplete. Really didn't have a chance to bring that one in, did number 11, Cameron Brazington. Well over his head, 2nd down.
Yeah, that was just that quick bubble screen they ran, but we had a kid coming up high, or coming up hard. McKernan was coming up, and boy, I thought he was coming up to make the play, but I thought he was going to pick it.
Yeah.
But he didn't get there. But
2nd down, 10. Pritchard in the shotgun. Wide receivers to the right and left. Hand off to Conklin, number 32, off the right side. Makes a cut back, and he gets positive yardage out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, Grover made the play. That was cleaned up by Rigneris.
Gain of 6 on the play. Everett has it 3rd and 4. Big play here for the Ranger defense. With Everett on their side of the field, if they can stop him here, it may very well result in a punt. Unless they want to try it once again on 4th down, as they did a short time ago. From the shotgun, Pritchard takes the snap. Handoff up the middle, Conklin, and really didn't go anywhere.
No.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Might give him a short one, gain of a foot, but it's going to bring up 4th and a long 3 for the Wildcats.
Nice job by Milky getting penetration there, and then Hahn was there to help clean it up.
What's your guess? They might try and get us to jump offside again.
Well, I would think so. Milky's telling everybody, he's walking down that defensive front saying, go off on the ball.
Wildcats come out, 4th and 3, showing punt formation. Snap is no good. Tries to get it away, and he did. I don't know how, but the ball is out across midfield at the 47-yard line. Boy, a good effort from the Everett punter. Holy smokes.
Just to get a foot on the ball, let alone get it away.
And the Ranger defenders were closing on him, and he had to do like the old Australian kick, run and kick it. But he's able to get some distance on it. Manton will have it 1st and 10 on their own 47.
Nice defensive stand by the Rangers that time. Almost a huge play for us. That was a bad snap, and their punter did a tremendous job.
Here's a snap. Hahn back, setting up screen pass. Hits Dunham on the left side. Gives a stiff arms. Got some running room into Everett territory inside the 40-yard line before he's brought down, and that's going to be a Ranger first down. Gain of 14 on the pass play for the Rangers.
Nice.
6:56 left to go in the ball game.
Nice job setting that little screen up.
We are tied 26-26. Raiden in motion to the right. Hahn gives him the ball. Cuts it up. Didn't do quite as much side-to-side running that time. Able to cut it up was Isaac Raiden and picks up almost 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, that was that jet sweep action, but Isaac's had his head up, saw the outside block, was driving his man to the sideline, so he cut up underneath it and picked up 5 yards. Nice play.
6:25 left to go in the ball game. 26-26. Hahn takes a snap. Hand off to Dunham. Coming left. Got a blocker out there. Gets down to about the 32-yard line. Can be short of the first down by about 3 yards. But again, positive yardage. Rangers need to pick up a couple here and keep this drive alive with another first down. 3rd and 2. We may very well be in 4-down territory, though.
I would think so at this point in the ball game.
Hahn takes a snap, looking for a pass. He's got Milkey on the left side. Milkey splits a couple defenders and down to the 20-yard line. Good yardage on the pass play. Good for Ranger first down. Pickup of about 10 yards. Jacob Hahn to Caleb Milkey.
That was just a little drag play. Milkey lined up on the right wing, and he came underneath the linebackers, and nice executed play.
On shotgun, takes a snap. Hands off to Dunham off right tackle. Wildcats are there, limited to a short gain. They'll get a couple or 3. We'll see where the officials mark it. Looks like they're going to give him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down, 7. Rangers with a nice drive going. Started on their own 47. Now on the 20-yard line of Everett. Spread formation. Dunham, the lone setback to Hahn's right. In the shotgun. Raiden in motion. Hahn keeps it himself. Straight up the middle. Trying to make some yardage. Down to about the 16, 17-yard line. Before he's stopped. Positive yardage. Going to leave about 3rd and 4 for the Rangers.
Yeah, that was that jet sweep motion where they fake it to Raiden come across a formation, and Jacob just tucks the ball and goes right up the gut.
The drive is keeping that clock running if the Rangers can make something happen at the end of this drive. Big 3rd down play. Hahn takes a snap, keeps it himself. Left side, got some running room. He may go all the way. He does, into the end zone. Jacob Hahn takes it in from 20 yards out for the Rangers, and they jump out to a 6-point lead, 32-26, pending the extra point. Did I have that right, JP? Was that like 20 yards, 22 yards?
I think 5, 10, 15, probably 17 yards, I'd say.
That's right. There was a running play in there first.
Right.
Try for extra point is a kick up. No good. Off to the left is the kick from the freshman, Lucas McKernan. But the Rangers take the lead. There's timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout back here in 30 seconds.
Imagine this: the taste, the smell, the flavor of down-home barbecue at your sauce-covered fingertips. But without all the mess and hassle. Let the Smokehouse excite your taste buds with some of the best barbecue that you can imagine. Try mouth-watering recipes like the pork belly Cuban, the brisket grilled cheese, smoked chicken salad, loaded mac and cheese, and of course, don't forget the Frickles. Check out the Smokehouse at the Truck Stop Food Court at 902 West 13th Street in Cadillac each weekday, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Or call for availability for the Smokehouse to travel and cater your next event. 231-824-3513. That's 231-824-3513.
Welcome back, everyone. Rick Swanson with Jim Smart on 107.1 The Drive. Manton Ranger football. The Rangers have just driven 53 yards with the touchdown giving them the 6-point lead, 32-26 with 4:28 left to go in the ballgame. Now the Rangers kicking off into the wind, and see if the defense can step up one more time. Ball hits, taken at the 30. Reverses his field, and really able to gain nothing from it but a penalty flag at the end as the runner was shoved out of bounds. Well, I'm guessing something maybe against the Rangers, JP.
Yeah, I would think so, but boy, I mean, it didn't look like it's any type of a cheap shot or anything over there. I think he just kind of maybe pushed him out of bounds, but maybe he was already out of bounds when they pushed him. Tough to see on the far
sideline.
sideline.
On the far side over there.
They look like they're gonna exchange balls.
Well, the Rangers had a 6-play drive to go 53 yards to break the tie, and now it's up to the defense to see if they can keep that lead with just 4:22 left to go in the game.
Yeah, they called a personal foul, so he must have been out of bounds, so 15 yards.
So the ball is on the Everett 47-yard line, exactly where the Rangers were to start their last drive from their own 47. So the Wildcats have 53 yards to go to try and tie this thing up. 1st and 10. Handoff to Conklin, caught in the backfield. Great defensive play from the Rangers. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 13.
That's Gavin Summers from that defensive tackle position. He's a gritty little player in there. I tell you, he's not real big. He's quick and he's strong and he gets off the ball. He's having a great ball game for us.
It's good
tonight.
to see somebody keying on Conklin anyway. Conklin's had a lot of big runs here in the third quarter. Third and fourth quarter. 2nd down, 13 from the shotgun. Trips to the left. Pass to the left. Another pass. That actually was a lateral pass. And then the pass was thrown downfield, incomplete, but a penalty flag. Sort that out for us, JP.
Well, they ran that trips formation, and that's that little bubble pass they've run, 3 or 4 times already tonight. They throw it over to number 11, and then one of those guys that's up front blocking just releases downfield, so it's a double pass. But they're calling, I don't know what the preliminary call here was. But
Wildcats are walking backward. Referee is over talking to Coach Solani from the Rangers. We'll sort this out for you.
he was open.
He was open.
And he kind of rushed his pass because he had pressure and
thrown a little bit at the receiver's feet, but could have brought it in. Falls incomplete. Now yardage is being walked off.
Oh, it's a face mask.
Face mask against the Wildcats.
Wow.
That puts the ball back at their own 29-yard line. 2nd down and about 28 to go. Last time the Rangers had them in this predicament in the third quarter, they were able to get out of it and get a 1st down. 2nd and long. Great opportunity for the defense. 3:39 left to go in the ballgame. Rangers up by 6. Empty backfield from the shotgun. Pritchard drops straight back, looking over the middle. Got a receiver. And picked off. The ball was batted in the air. Cole Regnerus was there. There were 3 defenders, and Regnerus grabbed it, snatched it out of the air as he was falling to the ground. Referees call interception.
Great focus, and it's a great job by Regnerus. He just focused on that ball and pulled it in. The ball actually was hitting the ground. He got his hands underneath the ball to make sure that he secured the interception. And once again, we had some nice pressure on the quarterback this time. What we've been doing defensively, we're bringing a linebacker and creating a little more pressure.
Hand off to Nick Dunham. Tried to make a cut outside, the left side, but stopped after a short gain, if anything.
He might have got one.
So now the Rangers have the football with the lead and 3:16 clock running left in the ballgame. 2nd down and 10. Obviously not going to be in any hurry to make things happen, but a 1st down sure would be nice. Radin goes in motion, left to right. Handoff to him, cuts it upfield. Out near the 45-yard line before he's brought down.
Gained about 4.
Yep, pickup of about 4 on the play.
And once again, he did a nice job cutting that up underneath the outside blocker rather than try to string it out. So
Rangers with a big third down play. 2:34 left to go in the ball game. Keep that clock running. Big third down play. Otherwise, they'll need to punt from this spot on the field. Hahn going to his left. Throws it up. And McKernan almost looked like he didn't see it. It was back over his shoulder. Didn't make any play on the ball. Falls harmlessly incomplete.
There might have been a little bit miscommunication because
Hahn just put it up in the air like another jump ball and kind of said, go for it, but not to be. Fourth down Rangers, they're going to have to punt it away with 2:20 left to go. Trent Grover again doing the punting in place of Solani. Gets it away. Hits at the 33-yard line, bounces back in Everett's favor a couple yards. They're going to have a 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line.
Everett brought a lot of pressure that time. Good job blocking, and a nice job by Trent securing the ball and making sure he got it away.
Boy, here we go. 2:13 left to go in the game. Manton 32, Everett 26. Everett has the ball 65 yards away from tying this up and possibly taking the lead with an extra point. Ranger defense needs to step up one more time. Pritchard in the shotgun. Falls straight back. Now going to his left as he's being chased. And eventually goes out of bounds. Had nobody downfield to throw to. They're going to mark him out after a gain of about, a short gain. Looks like about 3.
Nice job by the defensive backs and linebackers again. He had a little bit of time to throw. He rolled to his left, but couldn't find anybody open. That's because we have people covering every single one of the receivers.
Does stop the clock at 2:04. Everett comes out. Spread formation, 2 setbacks along with Pritchard in the shotgun. Here's a snap, drops straight back, looking over the middle. Pass incomplete, out of his hands. The intended receiver, I believe, was Reagan again. And had it in his hands for a second, but couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, he got delivered a pretty good shot that time by Rigneris. And I don't think he would have caught it anyways, but he timed it pretty good.
Clock stopped again after the incomplete pass. 1:59 to go. 3rd and 7. Big play for both teams. Spread formation, 1 setback with Pritchard in the shotgun. Carter Pritchard with the ball. Hands off in the backfield. That's Odell. And Odell is out close to the 1st down. Might be just a little bit short. Maybe about a foot short, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
4th, and the clock's still running. Lytle made the play that time from his outside linebacker position.
1:35 left to go. Packing it in, under center, handoff up the middle to Conklin, and Conklin gets a couple yards. Good for the Wildcat 1st down. The ball is spotted at the 47-yard line. Everett's own 47, 1st and 10. 1:24 left to go. Rangers up by 6. From the shotgun, here's Pritchard dropping back, looking to his right. He's got Reagan out there. Into Ranger territory, brought down at the 46-yard line.
Helsel made the play, made sure that he couldn't get out of bounds. Short of the 1st down, so that clock continues to run. Everett just took a timeout.
Gain of 7 on the pass play for Everett. They're going to have a 2nd down and 3. 1:14 left to go in the ball game. Everett is taking a timeout. obviously to discuss strategy, but at the same time stopping the clock. JP, it's going to be exciting. 1:14 left to go.
Oh, boy. Now, is that Everett's first time out or second time out of this half? Do you remember?
I don't remember another one.
I don't either, so.
At halftime tonight, if you missed that, Everett was up by 1, 20-19. At the end of the third quarter, we were deadlocked at 26, and the only points on the board here in the fourth quarter has been a touchdown for the Rangers, and they lead it 32-26. Everett with the ball. Obviously, a touchdown would tie it up, and then the try for extra point could put Everett ahead. So a huge drive at this juncture of the game. Everett back on the field. We're ready to go. Second down and 3 from the Ranger 46-yard line. And the shotgun again. Conklin, the running back. Pritchard, quick pass to his left, incomplete. Receiver was there. Garrett Johnson could not haul it in. Brings up third down.
Yeah, he was open. Just a quick play where they're going to see if we could catch that seam and gain some positive yards up the field. Right now, I would make sure Coach Solani's reminding his kids to play their position, because they're going to come out with all kinds of trick plays and like that double pass and that type of thing, possibly.
Incomplete pass, stops the clock at 1:11. 3rd and 3. Pritchard in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands off to Conklin, going to left. He's got yardage for the first down, brought down at about the 42. So not a big gain on the play, picked up about 5, but enough for the Everett Wildcat first down.
Yeah, that tackle that time was by McKernan and by Hahn.
Clock stops while they set the chain.
Now it's running already.
Now running at a minute to go. Pritchard takes a snap, shotgun, hands off to Conklin again, coming right at us. And after a short gain, stopped there by the Rangers, brought down at the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play.
Better job on the perimeter by outside people, keeping the outside leverage so he couldn't get to the corner.
And timeout again, taken on the field by Everett. We're going to keep it here. We don't want to risk missing anything. 44.4 seconds left in the ballgame. Manton 32, Everett 26. Everett with the ball, 2nd and 6 at the Manton 36-yard line. So a little excitement here to wrap this up, JP.
Oh, boy. Everett just burned their second timeout, so they've got one more to go. And, yeah, it looks like Everett's going to run the ball a little bit.
Manton came in tonight with a 3-1 record. Everett 1-3. Both lost their opening Highland Conference games last week. Looking for a Highland Conference win tonight are both these teams. And Manton defense is out ready to go. Here comes the Everett Wildcat offense from the sideline. Second down. 44 seconds to go. Rangers up by 6. Spread formation. Pritchard all alone in the backfield in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Looks to his left. Throws it out there. Completed to Conklin. Gain of about 9. Clock's going to continue to run. Not good for the first down.
Nice tackle that time on Conklin by McKernan. Kept him, A, from the first down, and B, kept him in bounds.
3rd and 2. Wildcats quickly trying to get set up. Pritchard back to pass. Drops it, picks it up, scrambles to his left. Looking for some yardage. Does not get the first down. We'll have to see. It's on the far side. He was shoved out of bounds. Clock did stop with 15 seconds to go.
Looks like Summers is the one that chased him down and knocked him out. Good hustle by him from that interior defensive tackle position.
The ball was brought down right over at the sticks, and they're just short of the first down. 4th and maybe a foot to go. 15 seconds to go in the game. Could be over right here if they can't pick up this first down.
Boy, they don't have much to go.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They're going to take a direct snap here, Swan, or they're going to stay in their
Everett huddles up. Here we go.
direct snap.
And Coach Solani takes a timeout just to make sure all of his Rangers are on the same page. 15.9 seconds left to go in the ball game. Manton Rangers 32, Everett Wildcats 26. Everett has it 4th and a short 1 on the Ranger 31-yard line.
Well, Coach Solani is going to remind their kids, first of all, the interior kids, you cannot jump off sides in this situation. He's also got to remind his defensive backs that they really have to stay home and play their position, because what a perfect opportunity to fake a dive play and try to hit deep and try to win the ball game or tie the ball game up on a pass play here. So obviously they may take that shot. So what's he like to remind his kids? Everybody play their position and do your job.
Exactly. Do your job every single play. But Everett, they either got to take a shot or they got to get the first down. They do have a timeout. By our calculations, they have a timeout left. If they get the first down, they could take a timeout, set something up. Here we go. 4th and a foot. They're packing it in. Under center is Pritchard. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, looking for somebody to throw to, being chased. He's going to go out of bounds, and he knew exactly how far he had to get. And he's got enough for the first down as he dives inside the 30-yard line. Big play from quarterback Carter Pritchard will give the Wildcats another opportunity.
Boy, good hustle by Pritchard that time. And they were looking to throw the ball to the end zone, Swan, and we got some good pressure upside. Good push inside.
And scrambling the ball did take a few seconds off. 8.6 seconds to go. Everett first down on the Ranger 28-yard line. Of course, they have to go 28 yards to tie this thing up with 8.6 seconds to go. Rangers on top, 32-26. They break out of the huddle. Spread formation.
And now they're going empty.
No setbacks. Conklin goes to a wing on the right side. Pritchard takes a snap, dropping straight back, being rushed. Looking to pass it out of bounds. He had good pressure that time from the Rangers, and he kind of threw that one away.
Yeah, he did. Nothing developed downfield. He had trips over to this side, and great pressure that time by Jake Renfer, and in came Summers as well.
3.9 seconds to go. Everett takes their final timeout. We'll keep it right here. Well, this could very well be the last play of the ball game. The ball is on the 28-yard line. Everett needs to go 28 yards in this play with just 3.9 seconds. Do you play any kind of prevent here, Smarty? You send people back at all?
Oh, absolutely. You just want to make sure that they don't get a chance to put that ball in the end zone. So yeah.
We could see some laterals on this play.
Yeah.
I mean, we could see all kinds of things happening.
Absolutely. And also, I mean, there's your up front kids have to pin their ears back and get some pressure, so he doesn't have time to throw the ball. But then you got to have some heady kids back there making sure they just knock the ball down.
Here we go. The Wildcats come out of their timeout. Last timeout. What could be the last play of the ball game? Spread formation. Pritchard in the shotgun. Rangers are rushing 4. Here comes the snap. Pritchard drops straight back, looking over the middle. Now scrambles to the left. He's in the grasp, and he's brought down. Brought down by the Rangers. Number 7, Connor McGrew, with a quarterback sack, and that's the end of the ball game.
Great hustle by Connor that time. He just stayed with it, came off his block, and chased him down.
That is the end of the ball game. What an exciting finish with our final score. The Manton Rangers 32, Everett Wildcats 26. After a timeout, we will be back, and we'll recap the scoring for you, have some final stats. We'll select the recipients of our 107-1 The Drive Ranger game balls. We'll pick the Ranger drive of the game and let you know what next on the schedule. Stay with us. We'll be back here in Manton in 2 minutes.
Bostic's Drugstore in Manton is your locally owned pharmacy. You can count on Mike and his professional staff to take care of all of your prescription needs with a personal hometown touch. You'll get a comprehensive medication review every time you pick up a prescription. Bostic's Drugstore accepts most insurances and administers flu and shingle shots with a prescription. They're also your home for Manton Rangers and locally made Michigan apparel, plus cards, gifts, and toys. Stop into your friendly hometown pharmacy, Bostic's Drugstore on Main Street in Manton. Call 231-824-6465.
Wilder Heating and Cooling is a name you've come to trust when it comes to Amana high-efficiency furnaces, air conditioning systems, and heat pumps. They can provide quality service at a quality price with a 10-year labor and parts warranty and service all makes and models. Financing is available. Contact Wilder Heating and Cooling at 231-645-4822 or online at wilderhvac.net. Wilder Heating and Cooling is a proud local community supporter of the Manton Rangers.
Looking to buy a home or sell yours? Need to upgrade or downsize? Go with experience. Go with Garno. Jamie Fellows Garno of City to Shore Real Estate is your full-time real estate professional with 15 years of experience helping people make their home ownership dreams come true in the greater Cadillac area. Homes are needed now to meet the demand. Want to know what your home is worth in today's real estate market? Talk to Jamie Fellows Garno, serving Wexford, Missaukee, Osceola, and Grand Traverse counties from the new City to Shore branch office in Manton at 113 Main Street.
The Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Ranger sports teams. And go Rangers!
As consolidation and mergers keep shuffling bank control from corporate boardroom to faraway corporate boardroom, Forest Area Federal Credit Union hasn't lost sight of why they're in business. You. It's evident in Forest Area's commitment to delivering quality financial services with a personal touch. It shows in their fierce dedication to local causes and missions. Let them show you. Join Forest Area Federal Credit Union with branches in Manton, Kalkaska, Kingsley, and Fife Lake. Learn more at forestarea.com. Insured by the...
Welcome back. You are listening to 107.1 WCKC Cadillac, home of Manton Ranger football. Rick Swanson along with Jim Smart from Manton, where the Rangers have defeated the Everett Wildcats by the score of 32-26. Everett falls to 1-4 overall, 0-2 in the Highland Conference, while Manton improves to 4-1 on the season, 1-1 in conference play. I'll give you a recap of the scoring of tonight's ball game to start our post game. First score of the game came from the Rangers on their first possession of the ball game. A 31-yard drive resulted in a touchdown. The final 1 yard, a touchdown run from Nick Dunham. The extra point kick was good, and Manton led it 7-0 with 7:17 left to go in the first quarter. Everett came back a couple possessions later and got a score on a 15-yard pass play from quarterback Carter Pritchard to Reagan. Kick was no good. Manton led it with 3:16 left to go in the first quarter, 7-6. Everett took the lead later in the second quarter on a 5-yard run from Billy Conklin. The 2-point conversion was good, and with 8:25 left to go in the first half, Everett led it 14-7. On the very next possession, Manton came back and put together a 65-yard drive, aided by a couple penalties on the Wildcats. But Jacob Hahn capped it off with a 22-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was no good. And with 4:21 left to go in the half, Manton had pulled within one. Everett led it 14-13. On their very next possession, Manton was able to take the lead, only had to go 11 yards after a bad punt snap from Everett, capped by a 2-yard run from Nick Dunham. The 2-point conversion was no good, and with 2:24 left to go in the first half, Manton had the lead back 19-14. And just before halftime, with 1:11 left on the clock, Carter Pritchard hit Reagan once again on a scoring play, 25-yard pass, 2-point conversion no good, and at halftime, Everett had taken a 1-point lead, 20-19. Manton took the second half kickoff and went right down the field, 61-yard drive, capped by an 11-yard run from Jacob Hahn. The kick this time was good, and with 9:15 left to go in the third quarter, Manton led it 26-20. Everett came back to tie it with 1:17 left to go in the third quarter. Johnson took it in from 1 yard out. The kick was blocked on the extra point, and that left it at 26-26, which is where our third quarter ended. And then the only points in the fourth quarter came from the Rangers, a 53-yard drive in 6 plays. Jacob Hahn took it in again himself from 17 yards out. The kick was no good, but with 4:28 left to go, Manton led it 32-26. And then the rest of the way was just kind of hang on to your seats as the Ranger defense was put to the test a couple of times, trying to keep Everett out of the end zone, and they did so. So the Rangers come away with a hard-fought 32-26 victory. Now here's Jim Smart with some stats for you.
Thanks, Swan. First of all, just a great high school football game, and kudos to both teams. I liked the way that the Rangers responded to a little adversity tonight and didn't panic, and then came back and made some big plays down the stretch. So rushing the football tonight, Jacob Hahn had 15 carries for 95 yards and 3 touchdowns. Trevor Solani had 7 carries for 29 yards. Nick Dunham had 18 carries for 52 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And Isaac Radin had 4 carries for 27 yards. Throwing the ball tonight, Jacob Hahn was 7 of 12 for 64 yards. His leading receiver tonight was Cole Regneris, who had 2 catches for 31 yards. And the first one, which set up that first touchdown, we thought he might have got in, but was knocked out inside the 1. Leading the charges on defense tonight, number 55, Gavin Summers, had 9 tackles from his tackle position. And Jake Renfer had 7 tackles from his defensive line position. Having 5 tackles tonight was Solani and Milky and Regneris, and a big second half defensively, Trenton Lytle with 5 tackles. We only had 1 turnover on the night other than the botched punts, and that was an interception by number 5, Cole Regneris, at a great interception at a key point in the ball game.
Like you said, Smurray, a really good high school football game. Rangers come out on top, 32-26, and we have to also consider the fact that in that second half, really didn't have Trevor Solani.
No.
But and he's one of the stalwarts in every phase of the game, offensively, defensively, and punting the football. And Rangers still found a way to win the ball game tonight. And we're just hoping that Solani's okay as we go forward.
Absolutely, and he's a key asset to the ball game or to the team. But I was really pleased with the people that came in and stepped up in his absence. So.
Especially Trent Grover doing the punting under some good pressure from the Wildcats tonight.
And not only that, but he went in for Trevor at that middle linebacker position on defense and made some big stops there as well.
So what do you think was, I'm going to put you on the spot, a strength or two for the Rangers tonight that allowed them to pull this thing out?
Well, I think that they were patient and they didn't get away from what they wanted to establish. They wanted to run the ball tonight due to the conditions, and did a good job staying with that game plan. In the second half, I thought they brought a linebacker now and then, but their interior linemen and their defensive ends put a lot better pressure on Everett's passing game, and that led to, their passing game wasn't nearly as efficient as the first half, and that was due to the pressure that was being placed on Pritchard, because the first half he didn't have a lot of pressure. Second half, he was running for his life.
It seemed like every time he dropped back in the second half, he did have to move.
Right. And, he had the one intentional grounding call, and then he had several where he made very heady plays by throwing the ball out of bounds. And, he did that to prevent a sack. So that was that's an experienced, good quarterback making those plays. Our game balls tonight, I'm going to give one to Cole Regnerus. He had 2 key catches, 5 tackles from his defensive back position, and he had that key interception. Great athletic move to do that. I want to give one to Trent Grover for stepping up and filling in for Solani, both punting the ball and at that middle linebacker position. Jacob Hahn, the quarterback. I tell you what, when he tucks it and goes, he doesn't look like a quarterback. He looks more like a good old-fashioned tailback out of an I formation.
It takes an effort to bring him down, too.
Oh, boy, he runs hard. Gavin Summers, from his defensive tackle position, led the team in tackles tonight, but also putting pressure on the quarterback from his defensive tackle position. And Jake Renfrew came up. He was second in the team in tackles tonight, so he had 2 linemen that led the team in tackles tonight, were first and second. So, I'm the kind of guy that likes to give out lots of game balls.
No, nothing wrong with that. Those are excellent choices for our 107.1 The Drive Ranger game balls. Now for the Ranger drive of the game on 107.1 The Drive. And we are going to select the opening possession of the second half. The Rangers trailed Everett 20-19 at halftime, but came out, took the kickoff to start the second half, went 61 yards in 8 plays, and capped off by an 11-yard touchdown run from Jacob Hahn to regain the lead at 26-20 and never trailed the rest of the game. Everett did come back and tie it up, but after that score to start the second half, they never did trail from that point on. So looking ahead to next week, the Rangers will be back on the road, and as we said, Smarty, as they will be for the rest of the season. This was the final home game tonight. Homecoming festivities took place at halftime, along with senior night. And next Friday night, the Rangers will travel to McBain to take on those tough Ramblers. And that's Friday night, September 28th, in more Highland Conference action. Game time is 7 o'clock. We'll be on with the pregame at about 6:40. We hope you can join us here on 107.1 The Drive. We want to thank again the local people and businesses who are sponsoring Ranger football on the air this season. They are Lutke Hydraulics and Forest Products, Forest Area Federal Credit Union, Wexford Missaukee Career Tech Center, the Smokehouse on 13th Street in Cadillac, Shepler Well Drilling in Manton, Java and Java 2 of Cadillac, the 308 Pub and Grill in Manton, Manton Boosters Club, Wilder Heating and Cooling, Maple Ridge Living Center, Jamie Fellows Garneau City to Shore Real Estate Office in Manton, and Bostic's Drugstore in downtown Manton. Stop in and see them if you get a chance and express your thanks. We certainly express our thanks to all these sponsors for stepping in and allowing Ranger football on the air. Well, Smarty, any final thoughts before we close the book on this one?
Hey, a lot of fun, and once again impressed with the composure of the kids to come back and win a ball game, especially after getting one of their leaders knocked out of the second half. So
exactly, and a big win it is. It puts the Rangers at 4-1. They need 2 more wins to automatically qualify for the playoffs. So with 4 road games left to go, they need to split those any way they can.
Absolutely.
Well, that's going to do it for Manton tonight. This is Rick Swanson along with Jim Smart. And back in the studio control room, we had Aaron to start with. And then Haley did a great job wrapping up things for us. And they kept us running smoothly all night long. Thanking you for joining us and hoping you'll tune in next Friday evening when the Manton Rangers do travel to McBain to take on the Ramblers. We'll be on with the pregame at 6:40 with game time at 7 o'clock. Once again, the final score tonight, the Manton Rangers 32, the Everett Wildcats 26. You are listening to 107.1 The Drive, home of Manton Ranger football. And we now return you to the regular programming of Classic Rock.
This broadcast of Manton Rangers football on 107.1 The Drive and 107.1thedrive.com has been sponsored by the 308 Forest Area Federal Credit Union, Jamie Fellows Garno of City to Shore Real Estate, the Manton Boosters, Shepler Well Drilling, the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center, Lutke Hydraulics, Cadillac Java and Java 2, the Smokehouse, Wilder Heating and Cooling, Maple Ridge Living Center, and Bostic's Drugstore. Thank you for listening to this presentation of Manton Rangers football on 107.1 The Drive.